to start off, play the band music, and then we're going to go. All right? You ready? Let's do this thing.
The Wingate Pregame at Bulldogs Stadium in John R. Martin Field, home of the Wingate University Bulldogs.
It's beginning to feel a lot like fall here in North Carolina. Temperatures dropping into the 50s, the wind is howling, and rain is expected this afternoon as we welcome you into Belk Stadium on the campus of Wingate University for UNCP Braves football, as the Braves are set to take on the number 13 Wingate Bulldogs alongside Brandon Hodge. I'm John Gross. Big thank you to all of you for joining us for our pregame show today. But before we start, let's pause as the national anthem is played here at Belk Stadium.
We'll play our national anthem and display our flag. Following the national anthem, the Bulldog band and Dr. Price will lead us in the singing of the Wingate University alma mater. Please rise.
Let us pray. Father, we thank you for the privilege and the opportunity to assemble here today, Lord, to enjoy and celebrate this great game of football. And Lord, the opportunity to celebrate the gifts and the talents that you have bestowed to these players on both sidelines, to the assistant coaches, and Lord, to the leadership that is provided by the head coaches for both of these programs. Lord, we pray for your safety and for your protection. Lord, we pray for your counsel and for your wisdom. Lord, we pray that you would be glorified with every play, with every snap, and on every down. And Lord, we ask that ultimately at the conclusion of today's game, that Lord, that both sides would become victorious in knowing, Lord, that they have left all of the effort that you have given to them on the field. And Lord, that they know that they have played for your glory today. We thank you for the sportsmanship in advance of this game. Lord, thank you for the hospitality that is bestowed by this great university. And Lord, the opportunity again to play for your name's sake. We pray these things in the precious name of our Savior and the Lord, Christ Jesus. Amen.
15 minutes away from pregame. We'll get things started from kickoff, We'll get things started on the UNCP Braves football pregame show. Brendan, last week for the Braves, a huge homecoming win against really one of the teams in the top echelon of the SAC in Mars Hill. It was an exciting game. Defense wasn't great throughout, but they made key plays when it mattered most.
Yeah, the defense in the fourth quarter is where it mattered as Tyreek King sacks Mars Hill quarterback Colin Snead for the win. It was also led up by an interception by Sean Everett in the fourth quarter, which had Grace P. Johnson Stadium roaring. It was a great win for UNCP, a very strong quality win for the Braves.
And a big game for Josh Jones as well offensively. 25 for 30, 265 yards through the air, and 3 touchdowns. He continues to be an efficient quarterback, and he's really taken a big step from last year to this year.
And Josh Jones was a monster in the final moments of that game. After the Everett interception, Jones and the Braves offense went on a 9-play, 71-yard drive where Jones went 4 for 5 for 62 yards and would lead the Braves to the Lions' 2-yard line where Josh Sheridan would punch it in. It was a much better night for Jones coming off of a bad performance on the road at Carson Newman, where he went 16 for 25 for just 121 yards and 2 picks. We will see this afternoon if the momentum from this game, from that huge eventual game-winning drive, will carry over to today.
Yeah, the Braves looking to come away with a big victory here at Wingate. We'll take a quick break on the UNCP Sports Network. We'll be back in a few.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
Bojangles Cajun filet biscuit. Could this get any more perfect?
Pimento cheese. Dude, get it with pimento cheese. Trust me.
Perfect just got perfecter. Introducing Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit with our new pimento cheese. Melty cheddary pimento cheese on our Cajun spice chicken. It's perfecter. Bojangles.
It's Bodog.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
Welcome back into Irwin Belk Stadium on the campus of Wingate University. Last week, the Braves with that huge homecoming victory against Mars Hill. And this game today against Wingate, the start of a 4-game road stretch for the Braves. This is head coach Shane Richardson after last week's win against Mars Hill on what that victory does for his side.
Well, I think it gives us confidence. It gives us, it encourages us, It helps us feel like, hey, like we're back kind of on track again here a little bit. And especially with, the defeat that we took last weekend. And I think, guys had a great week of practice. I thought we really practiced hard this week. And there were players that were taking ownership in what we're doing here. And so it's just good for that to be able to come to fruition here and be able to come out on top so that you can kind of go back and look and say, hey, when the process is good and when we have player leadership and guys taking ownership in things, all that stuff adds up and it helps us win a game. And so, I really think that it gives us confidence moving forward here, and hopefully it can just kind of create some momentum as we get going here in the last stretch of the season.
All right, with that, let's transition things to today's game against Wingate. Now, this was supposed to be a 6 p.m. kickoff, but due to some inclement weather expected later on, this was pushed up to 1:30. And this is a very talented Wingate's team, number 13 in the country. They entered today 6-0, and they really have a boatload of weapons at both sides of the football.
Yeah, some key players for Wingate today, for me, would have to be running back Dominique McNeil and quarterback Shaw Crocker. McNeil averages 5.9 yards per carry coming in today, and is second in the sack with 88.5 yards on the ground per game, while Crocker is also second in the South Atlantic Conference, but for passing, which he averages about 162 yards per game. These two could be a problem today for UNCP if they don't close the gaps and cover well.
No, obviously a lot of pressure on Wingate. They are right at the top, tied with Lenore Ryan in the SAC in terms of conference standings. And the Braves enter this one really with nothing to lose. And I think it's safe to say all the pressure is on Wingate in this game. You have a UNCP team hungry to pull off an upset, and the Bulldogs, they're looking to defend their home turf.
And it's really been a successful season for Wingate, as it is just their third home game of the year. 4 of their 6 wins also were within 10 points this season, but they have been a pretty disciplined team, which has helped them pull out the wins. They have only 6 turnovers this season, which is the least amount in the SAC, and 4 of those have been fumbles. So they can correct those, and they can make smart decisions today with the ball. And you see Shock Rocker, he doesn't force anything. So a lot of them are fumbles, not interceptions. Shock Rocker, he's patient with the ball, and only 1 interception on the year. It will be tough today for UNCP to stop Shock Rocker.
Well, you mentioned some of those close games that they've had. Let's take a look at one of the common opponents for UNCP and Wingate. It was Catawba, a team that the Braves handled pretty easily at home, 28-14. Wingate, on the other hand, they went to Catawba, and they were in for a dogfight, barely squeaking by 13-10.
Yeah, the Catawba game for the Bulldogs was just a tough one for them. All teams have that one team where on the road it's just a tough place to play. For Wingate, it is Catawba, and they just didn't function well there. Catawba, you look at the stats this year for that Catawba game, Wingate really didn't play bad. They led the time of possession, had 444 yards of offense, but the one thing that stands out is penalties. And I talked about the Bulldogs being a pretty disciplined team, but this game, an 8-to-1 penalty ratio in which Wingate led the way with 8. One of the reasons this game was so close from start to finish.
Braves and Bulldogs just a few minutes away from kickoff. We'll take another quick break here in the UNCP Sports Network. When we get back, we'll wrap up the pregame show and bring you right into kickoff. You are listening to Braves football on the UNCP Sports Network.
Bojangles, Cajun filet biscuits. Could this get any more perfect?
Pimento cheese. Dude, get it with pimento cheese. Trust me.
Perfect just got perfecter. Introducing Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit with our new pimento cheese. Melty cheddary pimento cheese on our Cajun Spice Chicken. It's perfecter. Bojangles.
It's bow time, y'all.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow Box. Bojangles, it's bow time, y'all.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
Back here in Wingate, North Carolina, John Gross alongside Brandon Hodge. And Brandon, we talked about it before. Wingate certainly the favorite in this one, 13th ranked team in the country. They're undefeated on the season. They have had some convincing victories, some close ones as well. But for UNCP, they're coming off a big win last week. What do the Braves have to do today to come out with the win against the Bulldogs?
Well, the Braves cannot make many, if any, mistakes in this game today. UNCP has to play smart, disciplined. They also have to dictate the pace of the game. And they also need Josh Jones to have a great game, make smart choices with the football, and be calm and composed. We've seen 2 different sides of Jones this season. The man who struggles on the road and can be careless at times with the football, or the guy who doesn't even realize what pressure is, the smart and smooth Josh Jones. The question is, which one are we going to see today?
All right, Josh Jones, this will be the third team that he's facing that has a top 25 pass defense, and he looked pretty good against Winston-Salem. Against Carson Newman, though, he really struggled. Those two teams both in the top 10 in pass defense. Flip things over to the defensive side of the football, because this is certainly a Wingate team that they like to run the ball. The Braves have struggled on run defense this season. I think Dominique Davis is the big name that stands out. We kind of talked about it before the broadcast started. His production numbers, they haven't been there this season, but recently he's really turned it up a notch, and he could certainly be a huge asset today for UNCP.
And the UNCP defense has to play smart today as well as the offense, like we just said. UNCP, you saw how they played defense in the fourth quarter last week against Mars Hill. Bring that defense to the game today. They have to play smart. This is a tough Wingate team, number 13 in the country in Division II. UNCP has got to be smart, physical, and play very well today.
Yeah, the Braves and Bulldogs just about set to head out of the tunnel. Wingate in there's a blow-up tunnel with the gates in front of them being held back right now as the Braves make their way onto the field as well, led up by head coach Shane Richardson in his 6th season as the head man for UNC Pembroke. Braves white jerseys with gold numbers, black outline on the numbers as the Wingate Bulldogs make their way out onto the fields. All blue uniforms with gold letters and numbers, blue helmet with a gold W. Braves with their black helmet. They didn't go with the gold helmet and the gold pants, which they debuted last week. What were your thoughts about those uniforms? A little throwback, paying homage to the past of UNC's program on homecoming.
I think UNCP, they're doing a good favor with their uniforms. Past 2 seasons, they've had uniforms debuted on SportsCenter on Saturday mornings. UNCP, they're getting upgrades with their uniforms this year and last year. I think that UNCP's football program is heading in the right direction.
Couple teams that are fairly familiar with each other. This will be the 11th meeting all time between these two sides. Last year, it was a lopsided victory for the Bulldogs, 51-7 over at Grace P. Johnson Stadium. But you go back 2 seasons ago, the last time that UNC played here at Wingate, a controversial ending in a game that some Braves fans think that they should have won. Wingate scored with 1:34 to go in a controversial touchdown catch. And it was a game that the Braves led until that mark. So recent history suggests that UNCP, they can certainly keep up with this Wingate team. They'll just have to make plays down the stretch.
And we saw last week against Mars Hill, it was a close game the whole way. And a lot of people said UNCP, either this is a blowout or they stay close and they get the victory. Homecoming record was 10-2. They won the game, make it 11-2. They got to play that way this week against another tough challenge on the road this time.
Now, one of the things that I think might play a crucial role in this one, Sean Everett. We talked about him before, the key plays that he made last week, a leader on this defense, especially in the secondary. He's out for this game today. Michael Clark will be starting in his place. How do you think that could affect UNCP and the defensive side of the football?
Well, the secondary is definitely going to be affected. He's tied for leader in INTs on this team, tied with Sean Hill with 2 this season. So for the loss of Sean Everett, that is huge for UNCP, and they're going to have to lock down on Wingate's receivers today with the backup coming in.
The Braves will receive to start things off UNCP. They have scored first in all 6 games this season as Wingate heads out onto the field to boot it away. Wingate kicking right to left with Devin Jones standing heels at his own goal line. Braves will go left to right. Ethan Evans, the 6'4", 225-pound freshman, will boot it away for the Bulldogs in the near hash mark as he makes his way back to the 25, takes 3 steps to his left, and positions himself to get things started. 11 of his 33 kickoffs this year have been touchbacks. A low end-over-end kick handling towards the near portion of the end zone is through the back of the end zone, and Devin Jones will let it go for a touchback. So the Braves offense will start things off at the 25. Josh Jones, the sophomore quarterback for UNCP, will lead the charge at 6'3". One of the most efficient quarterbacks in the country, completing 64% of his pass attempts. And last week, 80% completion clip. As he starts things out with a 5-receiver set, Braves at their own 25, trips near side to far side. Jones tries to get the defense to jump. They don't. Wingate brings 4. Quick throw out to the flat on the left side, completed to Jalen Nixon at the line of scrimmage. And he is ripped down. No gain.
UNCP's tight ends this season, they've really been a strong suit, along with Fahim Diab, who they've both been major red zone targets for Josh Jones this season.
Jalen Nixon, his 5th catch of the season last week against Mars Hill, his first multi-catch game of the year. Pistol set for Jones as he turns and hands to Sheridan up the gut. Sheridan makes a few defenders miss. He's up over the 30 to the 34, and Josh Sheridan makes it 3rd down and 1. A nice carry on 2nd down.
We'll have to see Josh Sheridan have a pretty good game today. He leads the Braves in rushing yards with 373 coming into today. So Josh Sheridan, he has it in him. The question is, well, can he get it done today?
3rd and a yard from the Braves' own 34. Shotgun set for Jones. 2 near side, 1 far side. Diab on the right side of the line. Jones gives to Sheridan up the gut. And he spins out of 1 tackle, makes his way to the 43 and moves the chains. First down for UNCP as they move the chains. Again, the Braves have scored first in all 6 games this season, so early offense, that's been one of the strong suits for this UNCP side.
That's just a part of dictating the game, getting the momentum on your side, starting off early.
D'Angelo Blair Young checks in to spell Josh Sheridan. He's positioned to the right of Josh Jones in the shotgun. Sam Vines motions to the left of the line. As the defense gets set, 4-man rush. Jones rolls to his right, flips it out on the near side to Quay Thrick, spins out of 1 tackle to 45 and gets up to the 45.5-yard line. Nice gain on 1st down for UNCP. Justin Armwood forced him out of bounds. This is a Wingate defense that ranks 19th nationally in scoring defense, surrendering just over 15 points per outing. Certainly a tough task for UNCP's offense, but they have a 2nd down and 4 from their own 44. Braves attacking left to right from the near hash mark. Jones in the shotgun, 2 receivers far side, 1 near side is 3. Straight drop for Jones. Pressured, steps up, rolls right, eyes downfield, and he throws it towards the near sideline, intended for 3, out of bounds, 3rd and 4.
And even though that was an incompletion, you see Josh Jones able to maneuver himself out of the pocket, keep his eyes downfield, and look for a target. That's the kind of Josh Jones you want to see today. Instead of getting sacked, taking the sack, throwing it away, tries to make a play, and that's a great play by Josh Jones, even though it was an incompletion.
Josh Sheridan checks back in to the right of Josh Jones in the shotgun. 2 receivers far side, Quay Thrick, the lone receiver on the near side. Jalen Nixon at tight end to the left side of the line as Sheridan motions to Jones's left. 3rd and 4, Braves have it at their own 44 here in the opening frame. 12:44 to go. Jones rolls to his right, he's looking to run with it. Tucks it under his shoulder, takes a big shot at the 46-yard line. Matthew Ellis White delivered the blow, and Jones will come up a couple yards shy of the sticks.
It looked like this was just going to be a quick pass, but Josh Jones just didn't see anything, decides to take it out to the left with his legs. Great stop by Wingate, forcing a 4th down.
Braves pick up a 1st down, but can't get much more. As Isaac Parks heads on to punt for UNCP, the junior leads the nation in yards per punt at 47 yards per attempt. End over end kick towards the far sideline as it bounces out of bounds to the 19-yard line. And that's where Wingate will start things off. It's a Wingate offense led by a young but experienced quarterback in Shaw Crocker, the returning starter from 2018. Only a redshirt sophomore, but he's posted some pretty solid numbers this season.
Yeah, he's also only thrown 1 interception this season through 6 games. And 6'1", 220. And he has 7 touchdowns on the season as well. So a major contribution on offense from Shaw Crocker.
Crocker in the pistol set. Niger Peoples lined up behind him. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Flips it out to the right side. Completed to Jalen Brooks as he makes his way to the 27. That's a gain of 7 on 1st down. 2nd and 3.
Jalen Brooks with 264 yards this season receiving. And he's 2nd on the Bulldogs in receiving yards per game.
Scoreless first quarter, 11:50 to go. Clock is ticking. Another pistol formation. Mason Flint, the tight end, motion to the right side of the line with Peoples lined up behind Crocker in the pistol. Crocker play action, throws over the middle. Brooks makes the catch in stride at his own 45, racing across the 40, 30, 25, 20 as Devin Jones forces him out of bounds. Big pickup for Wingate in the play action. That sets him up deep in Braves territory.
And we said in pregame, UNCP's secondary is going to have to play strong today. Devin Jones let the receiver just kind of get away from him, and that's a huge completion for Shaw Crocker and the Bulldog offense.
Gain of 53 on the catch and run. First and 10 at the 20 of UNCP. It's Crocker in the pistol, turns, gives to Peoples off right tackle. Peoples to the 15, 10, 5, breaks a couple of tackles into the end zone to the far sideline. Still waiting for the signal. Might have been a little bit short, shoved just out of bounds at the 1. Gain of 19 on the rush for Peoples. First run play of the game for Wingate.
We did say UNCP is going to have to close those gaps, play physical today on defense. They have not shown that on this first drive, and this could potentially break that streak that you mentioned of UNCP scoring in all games this season.
Goal line set, Crocker under center. Turns and hands to Peoples, up the gut. And the Braves defense stands strong, holds him out of the end zone. It'll be second and goal, just under 11 minutes to go in a scoreless first quarter.
That's a great job by UNCP, not letting Wingate get points on the board, still playing physical. You never know. We said in pregame they've lost 4 fumbles this season. They could make it 5 here.
Second and goal, Crocker under center. He'll keep it himself. Get some help to push the pile, and John Crocker is in from about a foot out. And it's 6-0 Wingate to open up the first quarter. Defense for the Bulldogs gets a stop, and the offense, 5 plays and a touchdown.
And UNCP, they just don't look as physical as we normally see them, especially last week against Morris Hill. They look like they're kind of lacking on defense, letting big plays go. It's been a major part of opponents scoring on them this season, big plays.
McLean Robertson's extra point is up and through. 10:23 to go here in the first quarter. It's 7-0 Wingate. And like you just said, the streak in jeopardy. The streak now over for the first time this season. UNCP's opponent able to score first. And the pressure goes back to the Braves offense. Picked up a first down, got right around midfield on their opening drive. What are you looking to see from them here in the second?
Well, I think they need to pass the ball a little bit more. I think Josh Jones, you got to let him get out there and get his passing done. Josh Sheridan, you saw him run the ball very well on that first drive as well. I'd say limit him a little bit today. Let Josh Jones pass the ball because you need yards early on to keep up with Wingate. You saw how your defense ran in that first drive, and now you got to dictate that. Coming off of that drive, what do you want to see on offense now? I think you need to see a little bit more big plays go now.
Media time out here, 10:23 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Wingate. This is UNCP Braves football on UNCP Sports Network.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
Five plays, 80 yards in a minute 53. That's all it took for Wingate's offense to get the scoring started here in the first quarter. John Gross alongside Brandon Hodge, UNCP. Look at the football back And the offense will look to get things going as Devin Jones positions himself about a yard out of the end zone, and again lets the ball fly over his head for a touchback. So UNCP will start with it at their own 25.
What I want to see on this drive is, can UNCP get some medium to long plays and score here? Keep up with Wingate. You got to keep up with them in this game. You want to trust your defense, but you saw in that first drive, defense letting a big play go. That's been a key for opponents this season, getting big plays on that UNCP defense.
Jones in the pistol set, 2 receivers near side, 1 far side. He hands it off up the middle to Josh Sheridan, stumbles up to the 28-yard line. That's a gain of 3 on first down for UNCP. And Josh Sheridan, a guy for the Braves, a senior. He's been in this program for a while. He's been in these big games. Maybe some of the Braves can rely on today to try to get that run game going.
Yeah, he's been big at times for UNCP this season, coming up big and huge wins for UNCP.
Josh Sheridan has now eclipsed his total season rushing yardage record as Jones's pass up to the right side is incomplete to Quay 3 at the 32. Hit out of his hands, 3rd down and 7.
That's a surprising drop for Quay 3. He's one of the top targets for Josh Jones this season as he leads the team in receiving yards with 240 coming into today.
9:44 to go in the opening quarter. UNCP trails it by a touchdown. Braves go 3 receivers near side. It's Marcus McDonald, Sean Brown, and Quay 3. Near side to far side. 1 receiver isolated on the opposite side of the field. 3rd and 7. Braves with it at their own 28. Jones straight drop looking to throw. Now he's pressured. Turns to his left. Keeping his eyes downfield. He'll tuck it and run himself. Jones to the 35. And he shoved out of bounds close to the sticks. Josh Jones might have done just enough to move the chains. And he did. A first down for the Braves.
And that's just a great play by Josh Jones. Once again, not seeing anything downfield. He sees the pressure coming, gets out of the pocket, uses his legs, picks up the huge first down for the Braves to keep the chains moving.
7-yard rush for Jones as McKinley Nelson checks in to the right of Josh Jones in the shotgun. Nelson missed the last couple of games as he gets the handoff to the left side of the line, and he is ripped down, a loss of about 3 in the backfield. Drew Smith, the 6'2 redshirt freshman, with his 2nd tackle for loss of the season.
And we mentioned Wingate's rush defense in the pregame. Very strong. UNCP, will they be able to run the ball a lot today on this Wingate rush defense is the question. We saw in that first drive, they were able to get a little bit, but this drive, they've been stagnant.
2nd and 12 for the Braves from their own 33, attacking left to right. Far hash mark, Jones in the shotgun. Takes it, looks to throw, eyes downfield to the far sideline, in and out of the hands of Marcus McDonald as he tiptoed along the white and falls incomplete, 3rd and 12.
That was not bad ball placement by Josh Jones. The receiver has to come down with that. UNCP's receivers, they need to trust Josh Jones that he's going to put the ball in the right spot, and he has so far. And so far, 2 drops for UNCP.
Jones, a couple incompletions on this drive as the Braves look to move the chains. Backed up, it's a 3rd down and 12 at their own 33, trailing by a touchdown to the first. Defense jumps, free play for the Braves. Jones takes a shot to the near sideline, looking for McDonald. And it's tipped away by Matthew Ellis White at the Wingate 30, but it'll be 5 yards for the Braves.
That's a bad mistake by Wingate. As we mentioned in pregame, the penalties have somewhat caused Wingate to be slowed down this season. They've been a disciplined team, but penalties have been an issue for them as well.
That's Josiah Carlton, called for encroachment. So it's a 3rd and more manageable, 7 yards to the sticks for UNCP at their own 38-yard line. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side, 3 sent in motion to the near slot. Jones from the shotgun, and a whistle before the snap. Again, some movement. This time it'll be in UNCP.
false start on the offense. Number 63, 5-yard penalty, still third down.
William Cross called for the false start for the Braves, so back it up. 3rd and 12 once again for UNCP. By the way, big news on the offensive line for the Braves. Gage Baldwin expected to be back in the lineup today for UNCP. As they set up at their own 33. 5 receivers set for Jones. Takes the snap, looks to throw. Rolls left as he's pressured. Spins away from one defender. Heaves it downfield. And a throw intended for Sean Brown comes up just short of his arms. And the Braves will have to punt it again, but there's a flag on the play. And the Braves' 35-yard line.
Ineligible receiver, downfield, number 75. The penalty decline. Results on play, 4th down.
Johnny Varga, ineligible receiver downfield. That's the left guard for the Braves. So it's 4th and 12 after penalty is declined, and Isaac Parks steps on for his second punt of the afternoon. This time it's blocked. Bounces at midfield, takes a fortuitous roll for the Braves. As it comes down to the Wingate 44, Parks' punt blocked for the first time all season.
And Wingate tied 8th nationally in blocked punts per game. And as you mentioned, Isaac Parks has not been blocked all season. Wingate, the first to do so.
So the Wingate offense will head back out onto the field. Up 7-0, 8:10 to go in the first quarter. Shaw Crocker in the pistol. 2 receivers on the far side. Peoples lined up behind him. Tight end to the left side of the line is Mason Flint. 1st and 10 from their own 44. Play action. Flint breaks wide open. Instead, it's over the middle to B.J. Muckelveen. Caught at the 20. No one in between him and the end zone as he takes it 56 yards to the house. And just 7 minutes in, it's 13-0. Bulldogs over the Braves.
UNCP's secondary has allowed 2 long passing plays now in just the first quarter. They're going to have to lock down for the rest of the game. They have just not been very good here in this first quarter.
8 minutes to go. 13 points already in the first. For Wingate, extra point is up and good. McLean Robertson. So Shaw Crocker, first play from scrimmage on the second drive for the Bulldogs, connects to B.J. Muckelveen. His 4th touchdown catch of the season. And the the Bulldogs have only ran 6 plays. They already have 2 touchdowns.
And I hate to say this, but this could be a long day for UNCP if they do not lock down on defense. Defense has been one of the most important key factors of the season for UNCP. We've seen games where the rush defense hasn't been good. Then we've seen games where the secondary hasn't been good. And we've even seen a couple games where both haven't been good. And the Limestone game at home. So UNCP's defense, they have been shaky this season. They have got to figure out how to put it all together and win this game today.
14-0, Bulldogs in front as Ethan Evans steps on for his 3rd kickoff in this first quarter. Ball falls off the tee. It certainly is a little bit windy, and we are expecting some rain near the tail end of this game. This matchup was slated to be played at 6 p.m. In fact, all of Wingate's home games this season are 6 p.m. starts. Pushed up to 1:30, and again the ball falls off the tee. So somebody might have to come over and hold that for Ethan Evans.
An expected tropical system supposed to come in here today, and you gotta love them.
And Raymond Owens, redshirt junior defensive back, will now hold the ball at the 35-yard line. 2 kickoffs, 2 touchbacks already for the 6'4 freshman Ethan Evans. As he starts his trot from his own 25, approaches the ball, boots it away, end-over-end kick. A little bit shorter as Jones will return it from his 1. Jones works along the near side, across the 15-20. Jones stiff arms, 25-30. And he fumbled the football at the end of the play, but the officials will say that Devin Jones was down, which he very clearly was. And the Braves will have it at their own 33-yard line. Good return by Jones.
Devin Jones has really been a positive for UNCP this season. He's the UNCP punt returner and kick returner, and he has had some big plays in both.
Yeah, he is 13th in the nation in combined combined return yards. So that combines both kick and punt return yards. Some pretty impressive numbers for the speedy defensive back. Braves line up under center. Jones with 3 receivers on the far side. Turns and hands it up the middle, up to the 37-yard line. And it's a first time run by Travis Prince. Isaac Allen in the stop. Quan Williams out today for UNCP, so they get McKinley Nelson back. They lose Williams, so expect to see heavy doses of Travis Prince. We saw D'Angelo Blair Young earlier. 2nd and 6 for the Braves after the 4-yard rush. Jones takes off himself on the left side, working towards the far sideline, dives across the 45, and moves the chains. Josh Jones getting pressured, but he's been able to step up and make some plays.
And it's been a rough day so far for UNCP's offensive line. The Wingate D-line has just crowded the backfield, and Josh Jones just has not had time to get the ball out, and he's just had to run out of the pocket, try to find something, or use his legs to get yardage.
McKinley Nelson back into the ballgame for the Braves. His first game back since the Limestone game as he lines up to the left of Jones in the shotgun. Play action. Jones goes to the far side of the field and is caught at the Wingate 48 by Jalen Nixon. So back-to-back multi-reception games for Jalen Nixon as the Braves make their way into opposing territory for the first time today. Gain of 7 on the completion for the Braves. 2nd and 3. Braves attacking to our right, working from the far hash mark. It's Jones under center. Diop to the right side of the line. Sam Vines at H-back to the right as well as he turns and hands to Nelson. Stutter step, and he is swallowed up. A gain of maybe a yard for Nelson, and it'll be 3rd and 2.
The run game has just really not been there so far for UNCP. So on the first drive, they had some success, but ever since then, it's just been stopped by Wingate's D-line.
Braves trail 14-0. 6 minutes to go. Clock is ticking. Here in this first quarter, UNCP in Wingate territory for the first time today as they have a big 3rd down and 2 at the Bulldogs 47. It's Jones in the shotgun. 3 receivers near side as Sean Brown motions into the near slot. 1 receiver far side. Jones hands it off to Sheridan. Sheridan pushing forward in second effort. Gets to the 44. That's a first down, a gain of 3. As the Braves able to move the chains once again.
And that's a big first down for UNCP. Wingate's already up 14-0. You've got to get some points on the board on this drive.
First down UNCP. A couple of big conversions for the Braves as they again go 4 receiver set. McDonald, 3, Brown near side. Tyshawn Carter isolated far side. Jones in the shotgun, running back to his left, takes the snap, direct drop, looks to throw. As he fires to the left side, completed to Carter at the 34, and he's brought down. But a penalty flag comes out in the backfield. Would be a gain of about 9 for the Braves. And Gage Baldwin pointing to the Wingate side of the field.
First and 5. Defense. Number 96. Hands to the face. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Hands to the face is the call, and that's a big boost again for the Braves. They're not trailing by 2 scores to get all the way down to the Wingate 21-yard line, and they have a 1st and 10.
And pretty much the outcome of this game today, who's going to play smarter, more physical. And UNCP so far, they've looked the part, but Wingate, they've had some big plays.
Shotgun set as 3 motions, far side to near side. 1st and 10 from the 21 of Wingate. Jones from the pocket, fires to the near sideline over Shockway 3. And Josh Jones, again, little to no time to get that ball out of his hands.
Yeah, Wingate just back in there, pressuring Josh Jones, and Josh Jones has to make quick-minute decisions, trying to get the ball out. And Josh Jones, under pressure, It's going to struggle some.
Two receivers near side. Tight shot Carter far side at 2nd and 10 at the Wingate 21. Jones gives to Sheridan out of the shotgun. Sheridan following the right guard, and he is gobbled up. A gain of a yard up to the 20. A host of Wingate defenders in on the play, but it was Jordan Anderson leading the charge. 3rd and 9 for UNCP. Braves trail it by 14. 4:20 to go. Clock is rolling here in the opening quarter. Empty set for the Braves. Jones barks out the play call. Trips near side to far side. Jones from the shotgun between the hash marks, attacking to our right. 3rd and 9. Jones drops, looks to throw. Now is some time as he rolls out to his left. Flag is thrown. Jones runs out of real estate. Back in his own at the 35 of Wingate. Lofts it out of bounds. And he took a shot at the end of that play. No flag comes in, but again, there was a flag earlier when Jones was scrambling. We'll see what this call is.
Holding. Offense. Number 72. 5-7. 10-3rd down.
Hold is called on Gage Baldwin. Official initially said 5-yard penalty, holding 10-yard penalty, and penalty is accepted by Joe Reich in his 19th season as the head coach for the Wingate Bulldogs. Backs the Braves up to the Wingate 30, so this would certainly be long for Hunter Braswell if the Braves can't move any closer to the end zone. 4 receivers near side, 1 far side is Carter, as Trey Dixon motions into the far slot. 5 receivers set. On 3rd down and 19, Jones steps up over the middle looking for McDonald, tipped up in the air and intercepted, but a flag comes out from the back judge. It was picked off at the 20-yard line of Wingate. Raymond Owens got his hands on it to take it away, but we'll see what this is on. McDonald, there was some contact there right around when he was able to catch the football.
And if this stands, this would be a huge interception for Wingate. Wingate 3rd in pass defense in the South Atlantic this season.
Braves offense staying on the field, indicating this one will be on the Bulldogs. If it stands, it would be Jones' 4th interception this season.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 19. Spot foul. 1st down.
That's Romario Johnson, charged with the pass interference, and the Wingate fans not happy about that call, but UNCP certainly happy. Gives them another opportunity on this drive to keep things going. The Braves, another 1st down, and penalties killing the Bulldogs here, but UNCP, they trail it 14-0, 3:47 to go. Travis Prince to the right of Josh Jones in the shotgun as McDonald motions up the gut to Prince, and he is leveled. Romario Johnson, after the defensive pass interference penalty, absolutely demolishes Travis Prince, who does carry for 4 though, and it's 2nd down and 6.
Big mistake by Romario Johnson, coming up with a huge hit on the next play.
2nd and 6 to the Wingate 16 between the hash marks. As the rain slowly starts to trickle down. Braves go trips near side, 1 far side. Prince stays in the game at running back as Jones again hands it off to him across the 15 to the 14. Carries for 2 up the gut. 3rd down at 4. Undoubtedly the best drive in this opening quarter for the Braves, who trail 14-0 with just under 3 minutes to go in the first.
Those 2 touchdowns scored mainly by 2 big plays by Wingate's offense, thrashing the UNCP secondary.
Josh Sheridan in at halfback, Jones under center. Diop and Nixon both to the left of the line, 2 receivers near side. Counterplay, Sheridan spins away from 1 and is brought down at the line of scrimmage. Nothing going. Cedric Jones, the tackle, and Hunter Braswell will come on out onto the field to attempt a field goal for the Braves.
It was a great drive by UNCP. Almost was stalled for nothing, but a huge penalty by Wingate gave UNCP the first down, and UNCP now an opportunity to put some points on the board.
Braswell 4 for 4 on the season. On field goals along with 34. This one from 31. Fahim Diab, a late addition onto the field for UNCP. The lefty from between the hash marks and some movement before the snap. No flag thrown, though. The officials just holding up play. They'll reset the play clock. Isaac Parks to hold. Braswell lines up the kick. Get a 31-yarder to our right. Good snap. Ball put down. Kick is up. And through. Hunter Braswell puts UNCP on the board. Now 5 for 5 on the season at field goals. And the Braves trail it by 11. 1:29 to go here in the first quarter. So obviously UNCP, they would love to have a touchdown there, but at this point, you'll take the points when you can get them.
Yeah, the offense had a great drive going down the field. It was helped by some penalties by Wingate's defense. However, UNCP getting all the way downfield into Wingate territory, able to put some points up on the board. That's a huge thing for UNCP.
Well, this is a Wingate team, number 13 in the country. Obviously not easy to beat, and even more magnified by the fact that they have 12 straight regular season wins. They have won 16 of their last 18 games here at Irwin Belk Stadium. And they're 4-1 all time at home against UNC Pembroke. So history not on the Braves side, but they trail it by 11. Good drive there offensively. Now we'll see what the defense can do, because they've only been out there for 6 plays, and they've let up 14 points.
Yeah, those 2 touchdowns, mainly by those big plays, as we mentioned earlier. UNCP's secondary, the main cause of that. UNCP's secondary's got to lock down, be smarter, cover the receivers better. It's going to be a long day for UNCP if that does not happen.
Raekwon Simmons back deep to return, one of the top return men in the conference. As Hunter Braswell tees it up. Braves trail it by 11. 1:29 to go. Kicking left to right. A short kick is caught at the 28 and is returnable up to the 40, to the 42-yard line. Jack Uren with the tackle. Returned by R.J. Mobley. Good field position to start things off, and UNCP keeping the ball away from Raekwon Simmons. Again, just 6 plays offensively for the Bulldogs. Ready a pair of touchdowns. Their last drive was 1 play, 56 yards to P.J. Muckelveen. This is a big play offense when it comes to passing. Sean Crocker averaging 14 yards per completion. Look at a different look at quarterback. Darquez Lee, the redshirt senior, checks in. He's 4 for 7 on the season. With Dominique McNeil lined up to his right, ball's in the turf. And McNeil falls down at the 40, so a loss of 2, and that's a good break there for the Braves. 2nd and 12 from the Bulldogs' own 40-yard line. Now Shaw Crocker standing on the sideline, no helmet in hand. So it's Darquez Lee, the redshirt senior. Shotgun set. 2 receivers tight to the line of the near side. One far side is Jalen Brooks. As Dominique McNeil motions now to the right side of Lee. 2nd and 12, 40 seconds to go in the first. Lee again hands it off, and in the backfield, the Braves able to make the play. Amari Bryce Green, the tackle, lost about a foot. Dominique McNeil nowhere to go, and it's 3rd and long.
Amari Bryce Green, the huge tackle for loss, leads the Braves in tackles, coming into today with 43. He'll make it 44.
That's his 3rd TFL in this season. 3rd and 12 from the 40. Braves trail it by 11, and Wingate content with letting the clock run out. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 as we will head to the second quarter. Teams will switch sides. Braves trail at 14-3, but a big 3rd down and 12 as their defense looks to get off the field for the first time today. We'll take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. This is UNCP Braves football on the UNCP Sports Network.
Bojangles Cajun filet biscuit. Could this get any more perfect?
Pimento cheese. Dude, get it with pimento cheese. Trust me.
Perfect just got perfecter. Introducing Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit with our new pimento cheese. Melty, cheddary pimento cheese on our Cajun Spice Chicken. It's perfecter. Bojangles.
It's bow time, y'all.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
They actually have plans. I can understand how much you mean. In these past 2 years, we've got some good.
Back here at Wingate University, a 3rd down and 12 to start off the second quarter. Bulldogs with the football, leading 14-3. And it's Darquez Lee, the backup quarterback, in the game for Shaw Crocker. Now going left to right of the Bulldogs. 2 receivers on each side of the formation, with McNeil to Lee's right. Lee checks over to the sideline. There's 12 seconds to snap it. Now less than 10 to get the snap off. Lee sends McNeil in motion to the left side of him with the shotgun. 3rd and 12, 3 to snap it. Braves bring 4. Time, Lee over the middle, low throw is scooped up by B.J. Muckelveen, and that's a gain of 13. They needed 12, and that moves the chains.
That's a huge 4th down here for the UNCP defense.
They picked up the first down. They're in 13, 3rd down and 12. And it looks like we just had a proposal, actually, on the sideline. The sideline reporter here at Wingate just got proposed to. Handoff up the middle back to McNeil as he stumbles forward across the 40, drags 3 defenders with him. So we saw Isaac Parks at the UNCP game a few weeks ago, after the game, proposed to his girlfriend. And now a proposal here at Wingate. So who would have thought 2 proposals in 1 season for us?
Yeah, actually the ESPN reporter getting proposed to on the sideline.
2nd and yard after the gain of 9 at the UNCP 39. Lee motions Brooks, handoff again to McNeil. McNeil through the gap, and he's taken down, a gain of 1 yard. Tony Vereen into the tackle for UNCP. Another 3rd down situation. The Braves defense had their chance to get off the field. Well, they let that video promo play into game action, which you typically don't see. So something special was going to happen, and clearly it was. Congratulations to them. 3rd down and 1 yard, trip spunched to the far side with McNeil to the right of Darquez Lee in the shotgun. A 3rd down and 1 yard from the UNCP 38. Excuse me, that's Peoples now in at running back. And Lee will throw. Lofts it open towards the end zone is Brooks. Jalen Brooks did not have a man within 10 yards of him. 37-yard strike. And Wingate opening things up. They lead 20-3.
UNCP's secondary has just been thrashed today by the Wingate receivers. They even put the backup quarterback back in, Darquez Lee, and he's able to capitalize. A huge touchdown for Wingate.
Extra point attempt is up and through. 3rd down and 1 yard. Darquez Lee goes to the air, his 3rd touchdown toss of the game. So doesn't seem to matter whether it's Sean Crocker, the starter, the backup in Darquez Lee. This passing attack is finding success against UNCP's defense.
And Darquez Lee, coming into the game today, had just 7 pass attempts on the season. He comes in today and throws a huge bullet pass to get a huge touchdown. That is huge for Wingate. They're up by 17 now.
Jalen Brooks, 3rd touchdown catch of this season. And a timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. 21-3, Wingate Bulldogs in front of the UNCP Braves. 13:08 to go. Braves will get the football back. This is UNCP football, the UNCP Sports Network.
Bojangles Cajun filet biscuit. Could this get any more perfect?
Pimento cheese. Dude, get it with pimento cheese. Trust me.
Perfect just got perfecter. Introducing Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit with our new pimento cheese. Melty cheddary pimento cheese on our Cajun spice chicken. It's perfecter. Bojangles.
None of them, like they're the Wingate broadcasters. They're like all like that person like works for Wingate.
It's like a ESPN set, though.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
Devin said the kick for Devin Jones back to receive for the Braves.
Devin Jones back deep to receive for UNCP. They trail it out by 18 points, and the Braves in need of a touchdown here as the Bulldogs just exerting their dominance offensively in the early portion of this one. 13:08 to go in the first half, so still ample time left for the Braves to get things going on both sides of the football as Ethan Evans trots up to the ball, boots it away. End over end kick. Devin Jones steps up, returns it from his own 2. Jones between the hash marks, now to the near side. Makes a couple men miss. Stiff arms his way out of bounds to the 22. And a little bit of pushing and shoving after the play. No flags known to the Braves offense. We'll head out there. Josh Jones looking to get things going offensively for UNCP. And their last drive, they get down deep into Wingate territory. Just could not get the job done and find the end zone.
Yeah, it was a pretty successful drive by UNCP. They got down the field, got a couple handovers there by the Wingate defense and penalties, got automatic first downs.
Jones 4 for 10 through the air for UNCP as he lines up in the pistol and 1st and 10. Turns and hands off to Josh Sheridan, who has no breathing room, and he's taken down a slight loss on the run for the senior running back out of Lumberton.
Wingate is just reading the plays by UNCP. They have really stopped the run here of UNCP after that first drive of the game.
They allowed just 107 yards per game on the ground. 2nd and 12 after the loss. As the Braves go empty, Jones in the shotgun lines up between the hash marks, attacking right to left from his own 22-yard line. 3 receivers far side, 2 near side. Wingate brings 4. Drop back into his own coverage. Jones with time over the middle to Sean Brown, and it's deflected. Great defensive play by Cam Johnson, the redshirt senior safety, who Coach Wright calls the toughest pound-for-pound player on this football team.
And Josh Jones, he had some good timing there in the pocket, trying to get something out, but the Wingate secondary able to cover UNCP really well. And Josh Jones just tried to force that ball into the small area where Sean Brown could catch it, and that was just better defense by Wingate.
3rd and 12 for UNCP. As Sheridan substitutes on late, and the officials will hold over the ball. Have to give the defense a chance to sub if they want to. Wingate will keep their alignment on there. Blitz comes. Jones has good time, actually, as he steps up and runs on 3rd and 12 to the 30. And he falls 3 yards short. Gain of 9 to the rush for Josh Jones, who's been active with his legs today, but Wingate did a good job taking away the pass for UNCP. And Isaac Parks sends out for his third punt of the game.
And it was a good job by Josh Jones on that play. He was able to see the blitz coming. He's able to step to his left, and then just nothing downfield, tries to create something with his legs, and he's just short of the first down marker.
Wingate blocked a punt on their last punt return attempt. It was the first time that Parks had a punt of his block this season. This time they only bring 2, and he boots it away. High spiraling kick. Simmons returns it from his 28. Gets through the middle, up the middle, across the 40. Simmons with grin in front. 50, 40, 35, 30. And Isaac Parks shoves him down at the 25-yard line as the ball went flying out of play, but no fumble. A big return for the always dangerous Raekwon Simmons and a tackle for Isaac Parks.
And it seems Raekwon Simmons just tripped on the turf there, made himself go down, but Isaac Parks able to push him down. So Isaac Parks will get credit for the stop.
Parks gets the tackle, and Wingate's offense will have it at the 21. So now back to Shaw Crocker under center for the home side. They lead 21-3, 11-16 to go in the second. Wingate goes 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Tight end to the right side of the line is Flint, with McNeil to the right of Crocker in the shotgun. Play fake, Crocker, a clean pocket, plenty of time to throw. Now flushed, rolls to his right, eyes downfield, steps up, floats it, intercepted! Picked off at the 2-yard line. And who else but Sean Hill? The ball-hawking freshman safety, his 3rd interception of the season, and the Braves defense an enormous stop with their backs against the wall.
Sean Hill and Sean Everett kind of having some friendly competition on the team of who's going to have the most INTs for the season. Sean Hill one-ups Sean Everett now. Sean Hill 3 INTs on the season, and he's just a true freshman.
Big play. Shaw Crocker, not many options to throw it downfield. He was looking for Simmons in the end zone. And Sean Hill, all 6'2", have been able to leap and snag it. Braves now backed up deep in their own territory. They have a 1st and 10 from their own 2. Jones out of the pistol. They trail it by 18, 11 minutes to go in the second. Hands it off to Sheridan, follows the left guard, and scoots forward for maybe a yard up to the 3.
Sheridan with a carry run down by Louis Wallace and Jordan Anderson.
Jordan Anderson in the tackle for the Bulldogs. 2nd down and 9. Maybe that'll be the play that'll spark this Braves team after the big return from Raekwon Simmons. The defense able to get their first stop of the game, and it's via interception. 10.5 to go in the first half. Braves trail 21-3, looking to get a little closer in this one. From the near hash mark, Jones out of the shotgun. Extends forward to McKinley Nelson. He rumbles across the 5 to the 6. Gain of 3 and a 2nd down and 3rd down and 6 for the Braves.
It just seems like Josh Jones is trying to create some room for him to get a playoff here. 2 back-to-back running plays for the Braves.
And an injury is Anderson, who has had his hand in a handful of plays defensively. The defensive tackle is down. Anderson's down, as is Robbie Wallace, one of the captains on this Wingate team. Wallace able to get up under his own power as he limps over towards the sideline. He'll stay in the field, and Anderson is helped off the field. It's a 3rd down and, well, spotted at 7 from the 6-yard line. UNCP backed up deep in their own territory, but for good reason. It was the Sean Hill interception at the Wingate 2-yard line. 10:02 to go in the second quarter. 18-point edge for Wingate. Jones lines up, 5 receivers set. Braves go 2 near side, 3 far side, attacking right to left. A 3rd down and 6 from the 6. Jones in the gun. Has time. Now runs out of it, running out of real estate as he throws it away towards the far sideline. And he was almost taken down to the end zone for a sack. And Joe Reich is pleading for intentional grounding. And the officials went out to talk about this. DJ Horn was there, had Jones by the ankles, but Jones able to loft it away just in time.
But intentional grounding. We had a receiver in the area.
A lucky break for the Braves. No intentional grounding. Would have been a safety if that penalty had been called. So Isaac Parks will punt it with about a yard of real estate between his heels and the back of the end zone. It's a checkerboard end zone here at Wingate. Bulldogs only rush 2, though. A spiraling kick takes Simmons to the 45. He'll let it bounce, and it takes another good bounce for the Braves. And they'll down it at the Wingate 42-yard line. Good punt from Isaac Parks, trying to change field position a little bit, and the Wingate offense will get back out their 18-point lead.
It pays to have arguably the best punter in Division II football in Isaac Parks. Punting out of your own end zone, punts the ball all the way into Wingate territory.
A 51-yard punt when you include the bounce and roll for Isaac Parks. Again, leads the nation in yards per punt at 47 entering this game. Crocker in the shotgun, running back to each side of him. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Hands it off up the middle. And the Braves defense is there. The D-line tackle at the line of scrimmage. Adonai Aloma and Taverine, the first 2 to get there.
And it seems UNCP's defense has kind of started to figure it out. We saw on that huge interception play by Sean Hill, great coverage by UNCP's secondary. Now the rush defense is starting to put it all together as well.
Trips near side, 1 far side, a 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs as Crocker flips out on the near side. A screen pass completed to R.J. Mobley, and he's brought down at the 46. Braves defense swarming here in the second quarter. Sets up a 3rd down relatively long after the short gain on 2nd.
You have to love the physicality of UNCP's defense. They're not giving up. It's 21-3. This game is not in your favor right now, but UNCP still staying physical, still having hope.
A 3rd down and 7. Bulldogs have it at their own 46, attacking left to right from the near hash. Trips far side, 1 near side. People to the right of Crocker, who takes the snap, straight drop, pressured. Flings it to the near sideline. It's incomplete. Taverine, the quarterback, hurry. And again, the Braves defense giving their offense an opportunity to get them back into this one.
That was a really athletic pass by Shaw Crocker. We saw a sidearm pass as there was pressure against Crocker. He's just going to sidearm that pass next to the defender.
Ethan Evans on to punt. He doubles as the kickoff specialist as well for Wingate. It's his first punt of the game. Braves showing pressure. Devin Jones standing at his own 17. They bring it. A high spiraling kick takes Jones back to his own 14. Fair catch is called to the Braves. Slightly better field position than they had last drive, but not much better as the offense a long field to work with, but another opportunity to get them back into this one.
Field position just has not been in the favor of the Braves today. They've really started deep in their own territory for most of the game. And UNCP, the primary reason for only 3 points on the board.
Braves down 18, 8:06 to go in the second quarter. It's Prince lined up behind Jones in the pistol. Sam Vines motions to the right side of the line. 1st and 10, Jones hands it off to Prince, and he is gobbled up for a loss. Horn, the TFL, he had put the pressure on Jones last drive for UNCP, and he gets the stop, a loss of 4 in the rush for Prince.
And once again, UNCP, a huge, long 1st down to get to.
Horn, his first season here at Wingate last year, transferred from Tuskegee, was the conference defensive freshman of the year. As the Braves backed up a 2nd and 14 of their own 10. 4 receivers set. Jones will throw. Horn again with the pressure. Jones fires deep down the far sideline, and it is incomplete. In and out of the hands of Carter, who is now rolling over on his back on the UNCP sideline. You don't see the Braves take many shots like that downfield. It was almost hauled in by Carter.
It would have been an incredible catch by Tyshawn Carter as well. Looked like he tried to pin the ball to the defender's back on that catch.
If he had caught it, would have gotten the Braves up to midfield. That would have been Sports Center top 10 type play. They're down at 14. Braves have it on their own 10. 4 receiver set. Jones again to throw. Time goes to the far sideline. Batted away and almost picked. Probably should have been picked by Brian Wilson. Pass intended for Quay 3, and the Braves will have to punt it once again. Isaac Parks will stand right around his own end zone.
It was a dangerous play by Josh Jones, but when you're being pressured on almost every play you try to pass, you've got to find some tight windows, and Josh Jones, he just has not had much time to throw the ball today.
7:15 to go in the second quarter as Parks on for another punt and another boomer. And Smith is lit up at the 41. Did not call for a fair catch. And that's as big of a hit as you will see. It's John Jones, the gunner, getting down there making first contact. I don't know how Raekwon Simmons is on his feet walking right now, but wow, that was a big hit.
Honestly, I think the wind should have been knocked out of him off of that hit. UNCP coming up big. That might give them some momentum here in the second quarter.
Braves coverage team on punts. They've been stout, one of the top teams in the country in net punting yardage. That punt, 49 yards and no return, as Simmons is absolutely leveled by the freshman Jones. Braves down by 18. The defense, they've gotten back-to-back stops as Sean Crocker positions himself in the shotgun. 1st and 10 at his own 47. Play fake completed in the far slot up at the 15 to the Braves' 48-yard line, right at the first down marker. And that will move the chains. Trevor Grant, the freshman receiver, on the reception. Crocker, a sidearm delivery, especially on those quick throws, which that's kind of what this Wingate offense is predicated on. Pistol set, 1st and 10 of the UNCP 48. McNeil motioned out to the right side of the formation. Now an empty set for Crocker in the go. Crocker has time, steps up, now rolls to his left, looks to run, and he is brought down by Cam Cauldron, a yard shy of the sticks, a gain of 9, up to the Brave 39-yard line.
It's a patient running by Shaw Crocker, able to gain some good yardage on that first down, able to make it a 2nd and short here.
2nd down at a yard. Wingate playing ahead of the stakes on this drive. Again, UNCP's defense, they've got a pair of stops in the last 2 drives, an interception, and then a 3 and out. And your Peoples haven't seen too much of him. Last year eclipsed the 1,000-yard mark. Preseason first-team all-conference selection still on the sideline. It's Dominique McNeil, the senior back in the pistol. Play action once more. Quick slant completed to Brooks as Devin Jones brings him down immediately after he caught it over the middle at the UNCP 22-yard line. A gain of 17, and that moves the chains once again.
And that looks similar to the first play we saw from Wingate on their first big play of the game. That slant pass is Devin Jones once again allowing the receiver to get good yardage on him.
That's exactly what you see Alabama run with Tua Tagovailoa. Those quick play action slants, and it's been working today for Wingate. Pistol set. Crocker again, play action, slant once more, and B.J. Muckelveen catches on the 5 into the end zone with ease. Bernie Yavell Morris, it's 27-3 after the 22-yard hookup for Wingate here late in the first half.
And field position has just not been in the favor of the Braves, along with medium to long plays being allowed by UNCP's defense. We saw a good portion of the second quarter where UNCP's defense was really good, though.
2nd touchdown catch of the game for B.J. Muckelveen as the extra point is up in good. 5:19 to go, second quarter. It's 28-3, Bulldogs in front. And that play action just completely fooling UNCP. And Shane Richardson, a defensive-minded coach, you can expect him to go into the locker room, try to make some adjustments, but you're trailing by 25, and you're just getting the sense that this could turn into another Carson Newman.
Yeah, Wingate, number 13 ranked team in the country. UNCP on the road playing in Bulldogs Stadium. This is just a tough task for UNCP, and UNCP, they just have not had the field position in their favor today. Wingate has had the ball at midfield on almost every single drive, and Wingate has capitalized on 4 of them.
Devin Jones heels at his own end zone as Ethan Evans gets set for the kickoff. Braves in the hole by 25 points. And if they're going to come back, it has to start right about now. 5:19 to go in the second quarter. Still plenty of football left to be played. But the way this Wingate offense has been operating, Braves offense has to respond. Jones, over the shoulder grab about 70 yards deep in the end zone. He'll take a knee. And the Braves will start with it at the 25. So some breathing room for this offense, not backed up deep in their own territory.
And it's just been a long day for UNCP's offense. Josh Jones just not had a lot of time to get the ball out, and UNCP's running game has just been stopped by this Wingate D-line. Let's see if UNCP can capitalize here on this drive and put some more points on the board.
Braves averaging under 3 yards a carry. They'll go empty set. Jones in the shotgun between the hash marks, attacking right to left. 3 receivers far side, 2 near side. Jones with time, underneath catch completed to Tyshawn Carter across the 30. And he's brought down at the 32-yard line. Pickup of 7 on first down. Second down and 3.
And that might be your best case scenario right now here, getting late into the second quarter. Try to get some short passing plays, get some yardage downfield. It's Josh Jones hurrying up here.
Tyshawn Carter now 11 straight games with a reception. Empty set again on 2nd and 3. Jones tucks and runs. And is brought down a gain of a yard as he is chased down from behind by Cal Hanford. Preseason all-conference selection, the redshirt senior defensive end, who's now a little hobbly as he stays on the field for Wingate. And it's a very manageable 3rd down and 2 for UNCP. D'Angelo Blair Young, the halfback for the Braves, positions himself to the left of Josh Jones. Braves with 3 receivers near side. It's Brown 3 and McDonald, 1 receiver far side as Brown motions into the near slot. 3rd and 2 at UNCP's own 33. Design roll line for Jones to his left. Now he runs out of time. Hanford got his paws on him, but Jones flips it out. And D'Angelo Blair Young makes the catch. And he somehow gets a first down, but he fumbled the football and is back on it. What a play. Let's see who has it at the bottom of the pile. It is UNCP on the recovery. Marcus McDonald, luckily there for UNCP, but Josh Jones was on his way down. And in desperation, just gets it out of his hands to D'Angelo Blair Young to move the chains.
And the Bulldog crowd is in awe after that one. It looked like Josh Jones is going down for a sack. He kind of just shovels this ball to the receiver, and magic happens.
Heady play by Josh Jones, only a sophomore, but just so talented at quarterback as he hands forward. And powerful run, off right tackle by Sam Vines, gets to the first down marker. That's the longest run of the game for UNCP, a punishing 10-yard plow by Vines. Normally a fullback for UNCP, but gets the carry, and that's a first down.
Pays to have a big fullback on your team as we see Sam Vines picking up the huge first down for the Braves, trying to give the Braves some momentum as there's just a little bit over 3 minutes left here in this first half.
UNCP down by 25. Like you mentioned, just about 3 minutes to go in this second quarter. 1st and 10, Braves with it at their own 47. Jones enters center. Vines stays in the backfields. Counterplay to the left side of the line as Vines doesn't get much. He stood up after a yard. The ball did come out at the end of the play, but it was whistled dead. 2nd and 9. 2.5 to go now in this first half. Braves receive the opening kickoff, so it'll be Wingate football to start off the second half. UNCP trails 28-3. 2nd and 9, Braves have it at their own 48. Jones in the shotgun, tight set on the near side with 3 receivers, 1 far side. Jones time over the middle, completed short pass to McDonald across midfield up to the 48-yard line of Wingate. 3rd down and a manageable 5 yards for UNCP. And at this point of the game, down by 25, this might even be 4-down territory for the Braves.
Yeah, I think it's 4-down territory, especially you're on your own side of the field now. And clock running down here just below 2 minutes. I think 4-down territory is the answer to get UNCP some points on the board before half.
D'Angelo Blair Young to the left of Josh Jones in the shotgun. Braves in plus territory with 2 receivers near side, 1 far side. They have a 3rd down and 5, 2 minutes in the second quarter. Jones pressured, escapes from 1, points downfield, breaks another tackle down the far sideline, 40, 35, 30, up to the 25-yard line, and Josh Jones again keeping those legs churning. Longest run of the day for the Braves goes for 23 yards, and most importantly, it's a Braves first down.
And UNCP now getting some good field position to score, just 5 yards from the red zone.
A minute and a half to go. Jones got out of bounds on the scramble, and in doing so, stops the clock. Braves with 3 receivers near side. Fahim Diab and tight end to the right side of the line. Jones to the shotgun. Blair Young to his left. Play fake. Jones, couple options. Still plenty of time. Good protection. And now he's brought down in the backfield. Josiah Carlton slips the block of Josh King and is there for the sack.
And Wingate just covering all the options for Josh Jones down the field. Jones thought he had a man to the left on the fade, but that was covered for Jones. Didn't want to take it, and Jones had a little bit of time in the pocket to find something, but ultimately just a little bit too long.
And Brandon, that's what you call a covered sack right there. No options for Jones downfield. 5 receivers set, 50 seconds to go in the second. Braves at the Wingate 40, and pass over the middle is incomplete, intended for Quay 3. Cedric Jones in coverage.
So what looked like a really good drive going for UNCP, where they might get some points on the board going into halftime, is now a 3rd and 21.
Well, we did see earlier in the game, in these long yardage situations, a couple of costly penalties by Wingate. Braves would certainly love that to happen, but first, they'd like to get something on their own. 4 receivers set. It's a 3rd and 21 from the Wingate 41. Jones in the shotgun. Pressure comes. Scrambles out to his left and is tripped up. Tossed the ball out as he was falling down. It's Justin Armwood bringing the pressure. Let's see what the officials rule here. Could be intentional grounding. It'll be 4th down either way. The question is, where? And the flag is tossed. Bulldogs brought 6, just outmanning UNCP on the pressure. And they'll mark the ball back at the 46.
Intentional grounding on the offense. Number 12. It's a loss of down 5. So 4 down.
Well, the Braves get all the way down to the Wingate 25, and then a couple of sacks back them up at Isaac Parks. On for yet another punt for UNCP.
And this is a smart decision by the Braves. Don't want to take a shot here, especially it's 4th and a couple miles long at this point.
Parks' 5th punt of this first half alone. Braves down by 25. Punting from the Wingate 47. Parks. Good spiraling kick. Bounces inside the 10 and takes a great bounce for UNCP. It's down at the 1. Is there anything this guy can't do when punting the football? And he's fired up. And a penalty flag is down at the Wingate 37. If it stands, it'll be a 45-yard punt, and the Bulldogs will have it inside their own 1.
During the kick, holding. On the return, red team. Foul needed for us from the end of the run, half distance for first down.
All right, so they go from the 1 yard line to the half yard line.
And the problem here for Wingate, they cannot take a knee and go into halftime. You're on your half-yard line now. They're going to have to run a play, and UNCP could try and force a fumble or get a turnover here and capitalize possibly.
Yeah, this could be huge if the Braves defense can get something. If they can get a safety or force a turnover. 27 seconds as Crocker goes under center. Might just quarterback sneak it. And he will push the pile up to the 2 yard line. Braves still with all 3 timeouts to go. Shane Richardson won't use any of them. 28-3 is the score as the two teams will head into the locker room. Defense and offense for UNCP just not there today for the Braves, and you figure after a really good offensive performance last week against Mars Hill, maybe that would carry over, but this is an elite Wingate team. There's a reason why they're number 13 in the nation.
And I will say, I am impressed with UNCP's rush defense today, but their secondary, they've allowed a lot of big plays, they've allowed a lot of yards downfield, and UNCP's offense, they just simply have not been able to get any rhythm going. UNCP's run has just been stopped by Wingate's line, and UNCP's passing game, Josh Jones just not able to find anything downfield. Great coverage by Wingate, and he has little time in the pocket to throw the ball because Wingate's line is in the backfield so early.
Braves have run 45 plays, resulting in 103 yards. Bulldogs 21 plays for 257. But you mentioned the rush defense certainly improved for UNCP. You're holding Wingate to just 38 yards on the ground, 3.8 yards per carry, so that's a positive. Bad news for UNCP. They're trailing by 25. Wingate gets the ball to start the second half. If you're Shane Richardson, what's your message to the team?
I think just go out there and perform like you did last week against Mars Hill. I know a lot of coaches say, don't look back at last week. Look at a new week. It's a brand new week. Don't look at last week. But last week was a successful week for UNCP. Look at the things that they did in that game. They were tied at halftime. They won the game. Look at the things that they did in the second half last week, especially in the fourth quarter, that got them to win the game, and try to execute here in the next 2 quarters. Try to get back into this one. You're down 28-3. You got to try something here.
Braves trailing by 25. Halftime here for Irwin Belton Stadium. Ominous clouds rolling in here in North Carolina. Rain expected. We saw some drizzles earlier as the umbrellas now making their way out, dotted throughout this Wingate crowd. We'll take a quick break here on the UNCP Sports Network. We'll be back in a little bit with some halftime updates and keys to the second half of action. 19 minutes until we start the second half. UNCP trails 28-3. This is UNCP Braves football on the UNCP Sports Network.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Although they are tanking the rest of the season. Miami and Georgia's different. We have not included this.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow Box. Bojangles, it's bow time, y'all!
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
Congratulations. This time, fans, please direct your attention to the victory board and take a look at the highlights from last week's game against Washington.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow box. Bojangles, it's bow time, y'all!
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
Bojangles Cajun filet biscuit. Could this get any more perfect?
Pimento cheese. Dude, get it with pimento cheese. Trust me.
Perfect just got perfecter. Introducing Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit with our new pimento cheese. Melty cheddary pimento cheese on our Cajun spice chicken. It's perfecter. Bojangles.
It's bow time.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow Box. Bojangles, it's bow time, y'all!
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
Bojangles Cajun filet biscuit. Could this get any more perfect?
Pimento cheese. Dude, get it with pimento cheese. Trust me.
Perfect just got perfecter. Introducing Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit with our new pimento cheese. Melty cheddary pimento cheese on our Cajun spice chicken. It's perfecter. Bojangles.
Bow time.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
Bojangles Cajun filet biscuit. Could this get any more perfect?
Pimento cheese. Dude, get it with pimento cheese. Trust me.
Perfect just got perfecter. Introducing Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit with our new pimento cheese. Melty cheddary pimento cheese on our Cajun Spice Chicken. It's perfecter. Bojangles.
Bow time.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow Box. Bojangles.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
Start the second half just a couple minutes away here from Wingate, North Carolina. John Gross alongside Brandon Hodge, and a game that UNCP has struggled in a lot of ways. They trail 28-3. And as the Braves start to make their way out of the locker room, Brandon, we talked a little bit about this before the break, but what are some of the things that UNCP really has to improve upon if they're going to come back in?
Well, I think they need to protect better. For one, the O-line has struggled a lot throughout the year, and for any play to happen, really, the O-line has to protect well. UNCP's run has been just stopped by Wingate today due to UNCP's O-line not being able to block Wingate's D-line, and the Wingate D-line has been in the backfield of UNCP a lot today and has pressured Josh Jones. Josh Jones just has not been able to get a rhythm going, has not been able to find many completions downfield today, and he's a lot of the cases had to run out of the pocket and create plays on his own with his legs. So I think UNCP, they need to do better with the O-line. Also the defense. The rush defense has been pretty good today for UNCP. It's been one of the few positives in the first half, but UNCP's secondary here in the second half has got to strengthen and cover better here in the second half.
Yeah, in terms of rushing yards, the Braves out-rushing Wingate 65-38, but it's the passing yards differential. 219 through the air for the Wingate Bulldogs, and just 38 yards for UNCP. And we've seen that there are two quarterbacks for the Bulldogs as well. Sean Crocker got the start, but we saw a little bit of the backup in Darquez Lee, and he tossed a big touchdown pass as well. So they have options at the quarterback position. UNCP, they're going to have to start on defense. Wingate will get the football first, and it could be a situation where the Braves are able to set the tone, because earlier in this game, the only time you really felt, okay, maybe the Braves are going to be able to come back in this one is when their defense started to make those plays, and they had a chance to replicate that right out of the gate.
In UNCP's defense, we saw on that one possession, Wingate was down in UNCP territory, and Wingate threw an interception. Sean Hill the receiver of that INT. It was great coverage on that play, and that made you think maybe UNCP can get back into this game, get some momentum, and then just another stop by the Wingate defense, and a lot of momentum just taken out of UNCP's favor. So UNCP, I think if they can get a stop on defense here in this first possession, stop Wingate's offense going downfield into their own territory, it could be a successful second half, and UNCP could get back into this ballgame.
Wingate a 28-3 lead, and not only is it crucial that the Braves get a stop on this opening drive, but possibly crucial that they get a stop throughout, because Wingate, they are won 23 straight games when scoring at least 30 points. So the Braves defense, they'll need to get a whole lot of stops in this half to stop that streak, or at least to prevent the Wingate Bulldogs from eclipsing the 30-point plateau. We'll take another quick break. When we get back, we'll kick things off. Second half action, back in just a minute.
Bojangles Cajun filet biscuit. Could this get any more perfect?
Pimento cheese. Dude, get it with pimento cheese. Trust me.
Perfect just got perfecter. Introducing Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit with our new pimento cheese. Melty, cheddary pimento cheese on our Cajun Spice Chicken. It's perfecter. Bojangles.
It's bow time, y'all.
UNCP's special teams back out of the field. We'll get things started in this third quarter. Braves trail 28-3. Big thank you to all of you for joining us in the UNCP Sports Network. John Gross alongside Brandon Hodge. Second half action getting started shortly here at Irwin Belk Stadium. Pretty nice crowd, especially given the weather. This is one of, if not the coldest day that we've had really in quite some time here in North Carolina. Windy. A little bit rainy right now, but that tropical cyclone is not expected to hit the area until later today, which is why the game was moved up from 6 to 1/3. Hunter Braswell will kick it away. Ball teed up between the hash marks at the UNCP 35. Braswell boots it left to right. The lefty steps up, and a low squib kick takes a couple of hops. A high bounce is fielded at the 30. And tackle made at the 37, Jack U. Red, again on the stop. Philip Clay in there as well on the tackle for the Braves. First and 10 from the 37 to Wingate.
We saw a similar thing last week with the UNCP and the kickoffs. Hunter Braswell doing a couple unorthodox different kickoffs to try and get UNCP the ball. And most of the time it has not worked, but it's been a good, successful attempt.
Only 2 touchbacks this season for Braswell. Keeping a lot of those balls low and short. Play fake as Crocker connects over the middle to B.J. Muckelveen. Just pulled it out of the chest of Peoples. And again, it's that play action quick slant from the slot that pays off again into UNCP territory to the Brave 49.
UNCP secondary has really been tricked out by that play action pass for most of the day, and that has allowed Wingate to get down the field very easily.
Crocker in the shotgun with McNeil to his left, Najir Peoples to his right. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. It's a first and 10 for the Brave 49. Play action once more. Crocker steps up, lofted over the middle, in and out of the hands of McNeil, and just over the outstretched arms of Jordan Howard for UNCP. Second down and 10.
And I think Jordan Howard had more of an impact on that play than most believe. I think Jordan Howard got that hand up, and the receiver thought that ball was tipped, wasn't going to him, and that ball was directly to him, just not able to reel in the catch. Huge break for UNCP.
Crocker 8-11 through the air. Shotgun set, 2 tight ends of the line, mid-motion down to the far side as 2 tight ends are on the right side of the line. Peoples to the right of Crocker, gets the handoff up the middle, and is brought down to the Braves 45 as he scoots forward for 4. Third down and 6.
Good job by UNCP's D-line, able to read the run going to the right UNCP's D-line moving to the left to adjust to the run and a short gain for Wingate.
They're down in 5. They'll mark into the Braves at 44.5-yard line. Crocker in the shotgun. UNCP trails by 25. 13:40 to go in the third quarter. 2 receivers stacked near side, and Brooks and Simmons 2 stacked far side as well. They give to Peoples up the gut. Has room to scoop as he makes his way across the 25 inside the 20. And a third down and medium. Wingate keeps it on the ground up to the 18-yard line. That's a rush of 26 yards.
And really the only long running play UNCP's defense has allowed all day comes at a costly time, as it was a third and medium for Wingate, and it could have been a huge stop for the Braves. However, it'll be a first down in the red zone for the Bulldogs.
Red zone trip for Wingate. Crocker in the shotgun, running back on each hip. 1 receiver split each side as McNeil motions out. Peoples gets the handoff up the middle and drags his way forward for first down yardage from the 18 up to the 6. That's a gain of 12 for Asher Peoples. Peoples, a guy who missed 2 games earlier this season, but entered today averaging 70 yards per game, a preseason first-team all-conference selection for good reason as a freshman last year. Eclipsed the 1,000-yard mark. As Wingate rushing attack, they return 2 of the 3 top rushers in the sack from last season. It's a first and goal, the 6 of the Braves. Wingate running up by 25. Simmons in motion. Handoff up the middle to Peoples, and he's in. On the right side of the line, Asher Peoples, his 6th touchdown rush of the season. And less than 3 minutes into the second half, Wingate strikes again. It's 34-3.
For UNCP to get back into this ball game, they really needed that stop on that drive, just making it far more of a stretch to be able to get back into this ball game now, as Wingate looking to make it 35-3.
McLean Robertson on for the extra point. Good snap. Hold us down. Kick is up and good. It's 35-3. 12:27 to go here in the third quarter. The Braves offense really struggled in that first half, especially through the air. Josh Jones, as we touched on in the pregame, he's one of the most accurate passers, one of the most efficient passers in the nation. As he entered today, completing 64% of his pass attempts, including last week, 24 for 30. That's 80% through the air, but Wingate has completely taken that away. And as you've touched on throughout, it's been their pass rush that has prevented him from making some of these throws.
Yeah, Josh Jones in that first half, just 7 for 18. And the UNCP O-line, one of the main causes of that, Josh Jones just not being able to find enough time to get any passes off. And the Wingate D-line able to crowd the backfield, pressure Josh Jones, get him out of the pocket. And Josh Jones, he has had some successful plays with his legs, but just not enough, as Wingate has just read Josh Jones perfectly today.
Devin Jones back deep to receive for the Braves. A low kick takes Jones about 3 yards deep into his own end zone. Drifting to his right, he'll take a knee. And the Braves will start with it at their own 25, trailing 35-3. Listen, crazier things have happened. We saw UCLA and Washington State. The Bruins down by 32 points with 7 minutes to go in the third. It's a 32-point deficit with 12.5 to go. So I guess anything's possible, but it starts right here for UNCP's offense.
Yeah, crazy things happen in college football. That's why it's the greatest sport in the world.
Agreed. Jones under center, the first play from scrimmage this half for UNCP. Sheridan in the backfield. Kind of get caught up with each other as Sheridan barrels forward for 2 yards up to the 27 of UNCP. Second down and 8.
UNCP just have not had much success with the run or the pass today. It's been Wingate's defense that has really come up big in this game, holding UNCP to 3 points in that first half.
Shotgun set for Jones from the far hash. Braves going left to right. 2 receivers near side, 1 far side. Sheridan to Jones's right. Stays in the backfield in pass protection as Jones finds Quay 3 to the near slot of the hash mark. And he's shoved down at the 35-yard line. And that could be enough to move the chains, and it will be. First down completion for UNCP, gain of 8.
Good job by Josh Jones finding one of his favorite targets, Quay 3, who actually today has broken his record for most receptions in a season. Coming into today, the most he had was 22, and he had 21 coming into today.
And now in 23 catches this season. First and 10 for the Braves. Delayed handoff up the middle to Sheridan. Breaks one tackle. Sheridan across the 45. Lowers the shoulder over the 50. And Josh Sheridan, the really good run and a good play call as Wingate brought the house at UNCP up to the Wingate 46.
And one of the rare long plays for UNCP today, able to get into Wingate territory, looking to convert this drive into points.
18 yards in the rush for Sheridan. Braves now go 5 receivers set, 3 near side, 2 far side. It's Jones in the gun from between the hash marks. First and 10 to Wingate 46. Screen pass out to the left side to Carter, and it's through his hands. Second and 10.
That's just a play that the receiver has got to catch. The ball was just a little bit out in front of him, but did tip off of his hands, so he was able to possibly receive that on the tunnel screen, but will be a second down and 10 instead for the UNCP offense.
Sheridan checks in as Trey Dixon heads to the sideline. 3 receivers on the near side of the formation. It's Sean Brown, Quay 3. Marcus McDonald with Tyshawn Carter alone to the far side. As McDonald now motions to the left slot. Sheridan to Jones's right. It's a second and 10 with 10:47 to go in the third. Jones drops, looks upfield, pressure, flips it forward to Quay 3, turns to the inside as his knee falls down at the 41 of Wingate. And that picks up 5, cuts the distance in half, 3rd and 5.
UNCP looking to convert here. This is a big 3rd down for UNCP. They can score a touchdown here, get some momentum. The defense gets a few stops. UNCP could be back in this ballgame potentially.
Armwood at the tackle for the Wingate Bulldogs. It's 3rd and 5, and you figure 4-down territory for the Braves. Tight set for UNCP. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Jones to throw. Clean pocket over the middle. Finds Quay 3 to the 25, and he spins up to the 24. Josh Jones getting in a bit of a rhythm this drive, and he's connecting with his go-to guy in Quay 3.
Gain 17 yards on the play.
Chunk play of 17 yards for UNCP. Jalen Nixon at tight end to the left side of the formation. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Jones in the shotgun with Sheridan offset to his right. Jones to throw once more. Open man to the near sideline is Carter as he tiptoes inbounds up to the 5-yard line of Wingate. And they'll mark him out at the 4. Gain of 20 for UNCP, so back-to-back big plays through the air. Josh Jones, a surgical throw for the first down.
And like we said, we've seen some crazy things in college football. UNCP looking to score their first touchdown of the game, be within 25.
Braves in the red zone. They have scored in every single red zone trip this year. The only team in Division II football that can make that claim. As Sheridan gets the carry, stumbles forward into the end zone. It's a touchdown for UNC Pembroke. 4-yard rushing score for Josh Sheridan, and the Braves remain perfect in the red zone. Great drive for UNCP's offense, who they came out of this second half looking like a completely different team.
Yeah, and a few big plays here on this drive by UNCP ultimately got them to score. Great job at UNCP's offensive line, looking a whole lot better on that first drive here in the second half.
Hunter Braswell on for the extra point. Parks puts the ball down. Kick is up and through. UNCP with double digits, 35-10 with 9:16 to go here in the third quarter. And again, it's a long game, still plenty of football left to be played. You don't want to get people's hopes up too much. Obviously, a 25-point deficit is a lot to overcome. But certainly some improvements there for the Braves offense, especially with Josh Jones getting time and his receivers getting separation.
And now it's up to the defense to get a huge stop here, get UNCP the ball back, and try and score again. UNCP, they struggled to get the ball moving today on offense. That drive, they looked pretty good getting downfield. A few big plays for Josh Jones and Josh Sheridan to get downfield, and ultimately the result is a touchdown.
Jones 51 passing yards on that drive. Now 11 for 23 with 89 yards through the air. And listen, this is a Wingate team that they're one of the best in the country this year, and it's been like that for some time now. I mean, back-to-back NCAA postseason trips for the first time in program history. And as we touched on before, 12 straight regular season victories. They don't lose very often in the regular season. Last year, another successful season, made it to the second round of the NCAA tournament. Finished 9-4. They're predicted to finish in the top 2 in the SAC. It's them and Lenore Ryan right now, undefeated in conference play. Those two teams, they'll meet in a couple of weeks. What a game that should be. As Hunter Braswell steps up to the football, will kick it away from his near hash mark, left to right. And a rare return today for Raekwon Simmons. That's it from his 15. Simmons pauses, now spins away, and is ripped down at the 34-yard line by Devin Higgins. Good coverage by UNCP. 19 yards on the return, and it's the 34-yard line to start for Wingate.
And now, let's see how the defense reacts to the UNCP score. Let's see if they can play with a little bit more momentum now, a little bit more physicality here on this drive, and stop Wingate.
Well, for the second time today, we will see Darquez Lee. Lee, the backup quarterback, only attempted 7 passes coming into today's game. How about this, though? His QBR today, he's 2 for 2 with 51 yards and a touchdown. 479.2. Astronomical. They get only 2 attempts. As he play fakes, and he lofts it over the middle up top for the big tight end, Ryder Martin, dragging defenders down to the UNCP 29-yard line. Another big pickup for Wingate. It's that play action through the seams. It's been unstoppable today.
This ball was thrown perfectly by Darquez Lee to the huge tight end. The tight end with a huge size advantage over UNCP's secondary.
Ryder Martin, 6'6", his first career reception. Shotgun set for Lee with McNeil to his left. Hands it off to McNeil, who has Green in front, 20, 15, 10, 5 angles to the end zone. Untouched. A sustained drive offensively for UNCP is negated by that touchdown run. 2 plays, all it takes, and it's 41-10 Wingate.
UNCP in that first half, the rush defense looked really good, and now coming into the second half, UNCP's rush defense has been shaky, allowing long runs and a long touchdown run here for Wingate.
30 yards on the rush by McNeil. Extra point is good, and it's 42-10 Wingate. It's kind of pick your poison for UNCP, because when they play the run, when they bring those linebackers in too much, it's wide open over the middle every time. Those slants or those seam routes like we just saw in Ryder Martin. If you play the pass, it's a big run for the running back. Wingate's offense really looking like a machine today.
Yeah, UNCP's defense just looking confused out there. The rush defense was the strong suit in that first half, and now Wingate using the run a little bit more here in the second half, and UNCP failing to close the gaps and stop Wingate's run game. And that has resulted here in 2 second-half touchdowns back-to-back for the Bulldogs.
8:51 to go in the third quarter. It's 42-10, up at 13 Wingate, all over UNC Pembroke. The Braves, an independent team in D2 football. They do play a SAC schedule. And listen, who knows the next time these two teams will play. UNCP joining the Mountain East Conference for a handful of sports. Football is included. So this is the 11th meeting all time between these two schools. And a big kick by Evans is fielded by Jones from his goal line. Jones angles to the middle. Jones at the 25-30. Devin Jones at the 35-41 meant to beat. Jones across midfield. 45-40. Tracked down from behind, but still racing at the 20. 15-10. 5 touchdown UNCP. 100 yards. Devin Jones all the way. His 3rd career kick return score. And the Braves strike fast on special teams.
The special teams of the Braves this season, one of the big positives we have seen from the Braves. Another addition to the positives, as a 100-yard kick return by Devin Jones has been an unreal returner in kick returns and punt returns this season for the Braves.
Had a kick return touchdown against Virginia State earlier this season. And another one here against Wingate. 2nd of the season, 3rd of his career. And the extra point from Braswell is through the uprights. 42-17, 8:36 to go. So Wingate's offense will head back out into the field. That means UNCP's defense will have another chance to try to slow them down. Trailing by 25 here, 8.5 to go though. And if there's going to be any sort of comeback, it'll be those quick plays for UNCP. A kick return touchdown certainly helps.
Yeah, and now it's up to the UNCP defense. Pretty much the same thing. They need a stop here. Try to get UNCP the ball back. We've seen 2 touchdowns from each team here in the second half, and there's still 8:36 to go in the 3rd quarter. So a lot of offense here already in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Braves trail it by 25, but that big play from Jones maybe can spark him. He'll need a little breather on the sideline. He has to head right back out there to play some defense. I guess that's one of the downsides. If you're a defensive back, that's a kick returner as well. Might be a little tired out there. The Braves will kick it away. Hunter Braswell carrying his tee onto the field. 42-17 the score. 3-3 UNCP, undefeated Wingate at 6-0. Braswell sets the ball on the tee. So we've seen a lot today. We've seen a kick return touchdown, a whole lot of points, a wedding proposal. Marriage proposal, I guess that's the proper term.
Everything you want to see in a football game.
To Braswell. Steps up to the ball, and Simmons standing at his own 18. They'll kick it away from Simmons. It's fielded at the 30, across the 40 to the 43-yard line. Goes R.J. Mobley, the 6'4", 190 freshman wideout. 8:31 to go, 3rd quarter. Braves trail it by 25. Again, great starting field position for Wingate, and again, we'll see number 7, Darquez Lee. That's the signal call. Shock Rocker stands to the sideline, no helmet in hand. Lee in the shotgun, 2 receivers near side, 1 far side. Hands it off to Peoples up the middle across midfield. And he picks up 10, close to the first down stick. Should be enough.
I'm really unsure about what is going on with the UNCP's rush defense here in the second half. They looked so good in that first half. And now in the second half, allowing medium to long runs by the Wingate running backs. Really unorthodox of them.
Wingate will huddle, slow things up a little bit. Clock ticks under 8 minutes to go in the 3rd. Lead the shotgun. Fullback in the game to the left of the line. As Flint motion to the right side. Motion man is Mobley on the left side. The formation play fake over the middle goes Lee, and it's in and out of the hands of Kamal Desor in coverage. Evel Morris.
UNCP's defense probably grateful that he dropped that one. That could have been another long play for Wingate, possibly another touchdown on the board.
7:46 to go, 2nd and 10 after the first incompletion of the game from Darquez Lee. In the shotgun with Peoples to his right. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Wingate attacking to our left. Again, they give to Peoples. And this time the Braves defense limits his carry to 4 yards, 3rd and 6 to the UNCP 47. Dave Vereen, Jordan Howard combining in the stop for the Braves. 3rd and 6, and we saw earlier a situation just like this. Most teams would throw the ball in this situation. Wingate, they ran it before, and they found success doing it. And they'll stack 2 receivers inside the formation. This is the exact same formation they ran it out of earlier in the game and picked up a first down. Peoples to the right of the lead. And again, they keep it on the ground to Peoples. UNCP had it sniffed out, though. And a 2-yard run down to the 40 makes it 4th down. And Darquez Lee is pleading with Joe Rank to keep the offense in the field, but up by 25. Wingate will like to punt it.
And UNCP's defense doing their job, forcing Wingate to a 3 and out. It'll be a punt here. UNCP will get the ball back here on offense.
Can they make this a touchdown here on this next drive?
Ethan Evans on to punch it away for UNCP. And he boots it towards the near sideline and bounces well into the end zone. So the Braves offense will get the football back, trailing by 25. They have a chance to make this now a 3-score game if they're able to score, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown. Josh Jones leads the troops out there. First down and 10, UNCP on their own 20, 6:19 to go in the 3rd quarter. Braves huddled up. After the defense gets the stop, offense looks to follow it up with a score. Bunch formation for the Braves. Eric Price in motion, and jet sweep toss forward to Price, and the speedy former track runner at Appalachian State gets across the 25 to the 26.5. Good first down rush. Eric Price.
And Eric Price, he usually gets one of those jet sweep plays about once every game. And you see comparisons of Eric Price as UNCP's own Tariq Cohen on the offense.
Yeah, hasn't played all too much today, and that is first touch of the game. 5'6", but plenty of speed from the wide receiver position. It's a 2nd and 3 after the 7-yard carry. Sam Vines motions to the left side of the line. For the near hash, Josh Jones rolls to his left. Pressure from the blind side, lofts it downfield to Quay 3. Great coverage, though, knocked away. Those 3 could not haul it in. That's a linebacker in Robbie Wallace, matching Quay 3 stride for stride, and it's 3rd down and 3.
Josh Jones holding that ball for just another second. Could have been a possible strip sack by Wingate, as there was a lineman in the area right by Josh Jones.
3rd down and 3, Braves trailing 42-17, 5:29 remaining. In the 3rd, 5 receivers set for Jones out of the shotgun. The near hash mark is on 27. As Todd goes to the left side of the field, caught by Sean Brown. And that is directly at the first down marker. That should be enough to pick up a Braves first down. Sean Brown, a guy only a freshman, but plenty of potential. Such a long receiver, 6'3". He's had some big snags this season. Has a reception now in all 6 games that he's played. Shotgun formation for Jones. 2 receivers near side, 1 far side. Braves again go to the air. Screen pass to Sheridan on the left side of the field. 35-40, stumbles forward 45 towards midfield. And another first down pickup, and there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Josh Jones might have taken a shot as well.
And this would be huge for UNCP, as could be some more extra yardage down the field.
It's been an aggressive front 7 for Wingate.
Roughing the pass, defense, number 95. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, first down.
Drew Smith called for the roughing the passer. That adds 15 more yards to the end of the run. The Braves march all the way down to the Wingate 40, but we've seen Johnny Cox with some good play calls to counter that blitz that Wingate's been constantly bringing. Some draw plays in the first half, a good screen pass there to Sheridan, and now it's a 1st and 10 from the Wingate 40. Braves trailing by 25, 5 minutes to go in the third. Over the middle, completed to Tyshawn Carter, pushed out of bounds at the 44-yard line, gains 4. To be to the 36-yard line, that's a gain of 4. 2nd and 6.
And it just seems those short passing plays have really been almost the only thing working today for UNCP. Is they've really gained some decent yardage out of the short passing plays, screen plays, and a lot of other short passes by Josh Jones today.
Jones now over 50%. He was 7 for 18 through the year in that first half. 2nd and 6 to the Wingate 36. Jones calls for the ball, hands it off to McKinley Nelson, who has the seam as he stiff arms his way across the 30. What a physical run, pushed out of bounds at the 18-yard line. He loves that stiff arm, and he just made a defender pay big time. 1st down yardage for the Braves.
And they got UNCP sideline jumping. The huge stiff arm by Nelson, giving UNCP just a little bit more momentum to get back into this ball game. We said we've seen crazy things in college football, and UNCP trying to make it a 3-TD game.
18-yard run for Nelson. Braves now go under center. A late substitution out for the defense. Jones hands it off to Nelson, who follows it up with another good run, and he almost broke that out towards the end zone, but is just tripped out by the shoestring at the 12-yard line, a gain of 6. And now Nelson is holding his knee, slow to get up.
Timeout on the field, injured player.
And just returned from injury, and this is not what you want to see. We'll take a quick break here on the UNCP Sports Network.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow Box. Bojangles, it's bow time, y'all!
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
McKinley Nelson helped off the field. Best wishes to him right now as he's being helped along the Braves sideline. A couple big runs for the running back in his first game back from an injury. The Braves have a 2nd down and 4 from the 12 Wingate. Design roll line for Jones on the near side. Fires to the end zone. McDonald's had it and dropped it as he came towards the ground. Good coverage by Matthew Ellis White makes it 3rd down and 4.
What a tough throw by Josh Jones. He did put the ball where only the receiver could get that ball, but the receiver just unable to haul that one in. Would have been a touchdown.
3rd and 4. Braves will probably stay on the field for a 4th down if they couldn't convert here. D'Angelo Blair Young lined up just to the right of Josh Jones in the shotgun. Jones hands it off to Blair Young. A juke move to the outside. Now cuts it back towards the middle as 1st down yardage and more to the 5. And that's a gain of 7. 1st down and goal for UNC Pembroke.
UNCP's O-line here in the second half has been a whole lot better. We've seen a whole lot better blocking, better runs here by the running backs. Josh Jones able to have a little bit more time to throw the ball as well.
Braves put 7 in the line. Blair Young to the left of Jones gets the handoff. Not much room to go, but he finds a hole as he hits the crease forward for 4 yards. 2nd and goal down at the 1. Braves down 42-17. Clock ticking, approaching 3 minutes to go in the 3rd. A touchdown here would be huge And you can even see a little bit more life on the UNCP sideline. More guys standing up, engaged in the game, as they're just a yard away from getting this one within 20. Carter in motion from the near side, far side, extended forward to D'Angelo Blair Young, who crosses the plane and is into the end zone for 6. Touchdown UNC Pembroke, and it's 42-23 with just about 3 minutes to go in the third. A 1-yard score.
We said it. We said crazy things happen in college football. Could this be a UNC Pembroke comeback in the brewing?
Hunter Braswell on for the extra point. 2:44 to go. Hold is down, and it's blocked. Scooped up by Davion Washington. Is he racing down the far sideline to the 40? Out of midfield, now the Braves 40, 30, 25-20, 15, 10, 5, and that is 2 points for Wingate. Block kick and a scoop and score. Third time this season that a Braswell extra point has been blocked. And just when it seemed like UNCP would have some momentum, well, maybe not.
I'm sure a lot of fans are probably thinking I just jinxed UNCP, but it looked like it.
Now the officials are talking about something at the Braves 35. Davion Washington was the one who ran it back in all-conference selection last year, all-region not as well, as the officials will chat. Not sure what this could be about. If it stands, it's 44-23, so still a 3-score game.
During this play, Vernon Wilson, the down, no hit.
So an inadvertent whistle, and unfortunately for Wingate, that takes the 2 points off the board. Talk about a break for the Braves.
A huge break for UNCP, and now the fans don't think I jinxed them, so I'm good.
You're in the clear, Brandon. You're in the clear. So it's 42-23 after another really good drive by UNCP, and Hunter Braswell is on to kick it away once again. Braves defense absolutely needing to get a stop here, as there is a loose ball in the end zone, and it's kicked away by a Wingate player. Wingate not showing much respect towards Hunter Braswell's leg strength. The return men are standing back at their own 17-yard line. Braswell, the freshman, trots up, and the lefty kicks it high over the head of Simmons, who touched it, and rolls out of bounds at the 2-yard line, and the officials will now say that he did not touch it. So I thought from up here that he did touch it, but it's out of bounds, and Wingate will have it at the 35.
Well, could have been some really bad field position for Wingate. Now turns into decent field position.
Simmons was retreating.
Kick out of bounds. Ball replaced at the 35-yard line. First down.
Kind of reached up to over the shoulder and grabbed it. And instead just watched it go out of bounds. So first and 10 from the 35 for Wingate. They set up and then they go cash. Going right to left. A 42-23 lead for the Bulldogs. It's still Darquez Lee at quarterback. As he swings it out to the right side of the formation, caught up to the 40, to the 41-yard line. Trevor Grant, the freshman receiver on the reception, picks up 6, second down and 4.
This drive is huge for UNCP. How is their defense going to respond from the quick few scores from UNCP's offense?
2:15 to go in the third. Braves down by 19. Pistol set for Lee with McNeil lined up behind him. 2 receivers near side, and H-back to the left side of the line. They hand it off to Dominic McNeil, and he's tripped up across the 45 for a first down to the 46 and a 5-yard rush.
McNeil had open green ahead of him, but UNCP's D-line closing the gap as McNeil goes through it. And it'll only be a short gain, however, a first down for the Bulldogs.
Wingate huddling up and taking more time than they had been earlier in this game. Three receivers set. Bo Giwa in the near slot, his first appearance of the game for the Bulldogs. Speedy slot receiver as Lee steps to the shotgun with McNeil to his right. Extends and hands to McNeil as McNeil gets short yardage. Only about 2 yards in the carry. Higgins there in the tackle for UNCP. Giwa will now come out. The tight end Ryder Martin checks into the ballgame. Martin had his first career reception earlier this one. Clock approaching 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Braves down 42-23. It's a game that they trailed at one point by 32. Lee in the pistol. McNeil behind him, 2 receivers near side. And tight end set as well. McNeil off the left side of the line, not much. Maybe a pair. Tyree King, Devin Higgins combining in the stop. And another third down chance for this UNCP defense to get off the fields.
The rain is now starting to fall a little bit heavier here at Wingate.
Clock ticking under 20 seconds to go. There is a 3-second difference between play clock and game clock, so the Bulldogs will have to step it. They go trips far side, 1 near side. McNeil to the left of Lee in the shotgun. A third down and medium as Lee steps up in the pocket, runs out of room, spins away from one tackle, rolls to his right, lofted downfield, intended for Giwa, and it's knocked away, actually intercepted, but a flag comes out late. Looked like Devin Higgins who got his hands on it. But a flag comes out. DJ Parker was the one over there in coverage for UNCP, pardon me.
And this is a big call for UNCP.
Parker got the ball as he was falling towards the ground.
Going down. We had a holding on the defense, number 30. Before the pass. 10-yard penalty, first down.
So
we got
forget about an interception. A costly defensive holding penalty by Luke Brooks, the Pembroke native, will prolong this drive for Wingate. Automatic first down and one untimed down here to wrap up this third quarter. What a stop that would have been for UNCP.
And we said in pregame, UNCP cannot make many, if any, mistakes this game. That is a huge, costly mistake, as we are just a few seconds away from going into the fourth.
Dark Wesley lines up in the pistol. McNeil lines up behind him. Mobley sent in motion left to right. McNeil gets the carry. Picks up 2. That brings us to the end of the third quarter. 42-23. Still a ball game here at Wingate, North Carolina. But the Braves defense needs to get a stop here. It'll be second down and 8 as the rain's starting to come on down here in North Carolina. Don't go anywhere. This is UNCP Braves football on the Braves Sports Network.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow Box. Bojangles, it's bow time, y'all.
Nobody click another commercial.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
an ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
Start of the fourth quarter. UNCP trails 42-23. The second down and 8 from the Braves 30. It's Darquez Lee now attacking to our right. Hands it off to Niger Peoples up the gut to the 44-yard line. Picks up 4 and a third down and 4. The Braves defense thought they had the stop they needed to give their offense another chance to make this one a little bit closer. But defensive holding penalty was the call against Luke Brooks. But it's still another third down opportunity for UNCP's D. Darquez Lee in the shotgun with Niger Peoples to his left. Trips on the near side with the tight end on the left side of the line for the Bulldogs. 3rd and 4. Pressure. Lee spins away to his left and just launches it out of the stadium down the far sideline, and it's 4th down. But there's a flag down in the backfield. Braves players pointing towards Wingate side.
There is no foul for intentional grounding. The pass was outside of the pocket. 4th down.
4th and 4. Ethan Evans being called upon as the punter for Wingate. He'll be punting from UNCP's 34, so I guess in a situation like this, I have to be worried about a potential fake. Braves down by 19, 14-18 to go in the 4th quarter. Braves playing a safe 4-down lineman. Everyone else paying attention to the punter Evans, who boots it end over end, bounces at the Braves 7. Is down at the UNCP 6-yard line. So the Braves have had some possessions deep in their own territory. This one from the 6, it started 1 from the 10, another one from the 1-yard line.
And the weather right now, actually, on that drive, was actually in favor of UNCP. McLean Robertson had a chance to hit a 51-yard field goal. It has a long of 45. But obviously the wind and the rain picking up here in Wingate, obviously forcing Wingate to punt that ball.
Braves down by 19, 14-10 to go. Josh Jones in the shotgun. He'll throw, standing in his own end zone. Runs out of time, and he throws it out of bounds. Incomplete, 2nd down and 10.
That's a smart decision by Josh Jones. Don't take a sack, don't get a safety. He's out of the pocket, pressure was increasing, and Josh Jones just has to throw that ball away.
Still 14 minutes to go in this one. Braves down by 19. A score here of any kind would make it a 2-possession game. 2 receivers in the near side of the formation, 1 far side. Braves set up for the far hash mark, going right to left. Jones hands it off to Sheridan up the middle, makes a couple of jukes, and he falls forward across the 20-yard line. Still going. Up to the 21-yard line, Josh Sheridan carries for 15 and a big first down for the Braves.
That's exactly what UNCP needs to get back into this ball game. Huge plays, the huge 15-yard run as they were backed up towards their own end zone. Now getting a little bit of breathing room.
McDonald, lone receiver far side. It's Quay 3 near slot. Tyshawn Carter on the near sideline. Fahim Diab lines up to the right of the line. Diab's been quiet today offensively. Sheridan to the left of Jones with a shotgun. Bulldogs break 4, and it's flipped off the hands of Sheridan, and it's picked off by the linebacker Juan Pagan Gonzalez. Returns it for a yard to the 20. A huge turnover caused by the Bulldogs. And Wingate has it deep in UNCP territory.
And this was just not a good decision by Josh Jones. Jones looks like he's getting ready to run as he sees a hole and decides to pass, and the receiver is not aware of that. He's passing this. He thinks Josh Jones is going to take a run here. Ultimately, the ball is thrown behind the receiver. It's tipped in the air, and Wingate with the huge interception now.
Now the fingertips of Josh Sheridan. They're possibly one he could have caught. But it's first and 10 for the Bulldogs to 22. Oakley in motion, play action, wide open at the 5, into the end zone. For a touchdown is Mason Flint. His first touchdown catch of the season. One play, 22 yards. And it's 48-23.
That play right there single-handedly might have been the blow that UNCP did not want. UNCP had opportunities to get back into this one and had a lot of momentum going their way. But now we can get a touchdown. Dropping all of that momentum.
Play action over the middle. It's spin. As they're going to reset the clock here now. Get it rolling. Extra point attempt is blocked by UNCP. Like it might have been Stephen Forbes who got his hand on it, but those play action passes over the middle, that's been really the killer today for UNCP, whether it's to a tight end, to a slot receiver. The Braves have been absolutely, really exposed in that regard today.
Yeah, whether it's Darquez Lee or Shaw Crocker, both quarterbacks getting the job done here for Wingate. As Wingate up 48-23. UNCP now, their hopes of getting back into this game, very slim to none now.
The Braves trail up by 25, a 4-score ball game. 13-21 to go in the game, and the rain really starting to come down here, and who knows, that could have had an impact on Josh Sheridan not being able to catch it, because you have those gloves and they're sticky and they help you catch the football, but they get a little bit wet. It's a challenge. Devin Jones sends back deep to receive for the Braves. Has one kick return touchdown already today. Nathan Evans lines up the kickoff. His own 35, the near hash, kicking left to right. Takes a few steps up the ball, a high end-over-end kick. Returnable for Jones. And bounces out of bounds. So the Braves will start with it at the 35. Some talking back and forth between Devin Jones and Ian Extra. They'll head over their respective sidelines.
UNCP is going to need 4 quick scores to even have a chance to get back in this ball game now.
During the kick, there were 2 fouls. Outside, kicking team, that penalty decline. Also, a lead receiver, kick out of bounds, and be placed at the 35, first down.
One of the better starting field positions today for UNCP at their own 35. And the officials will bring a new football out there at covered, trying to keep things dry. It's Jones to the shotgun, D'Angelo Blair Young to his right. 2 receivers inside of formation. Jones pressured out to the left side as he throws it downfield and is leveled out of bounds as he got rid of it. Incomplete, second down and 10.
Josh Jones did not want to take a sack, but he didn't want this pass to go incomplete either. Tried to take a shot downfield, but unfortunately getting brought to the ground as he throws the ball just short.
You have to give so much credit to Josh Jones, too. I mean, this is one of the better defensive lines in this region of Division II college football. And Jones has been willing to stand back there and take some hits. As he hands off to D'Angelo Blair-Young, who is plowed down to the backfield, blitzing from the safety position, making the tackle for loss of 3 is Cam Johnson.
Just a huge blitz by Wingate, making UNCP's chances almost 0% to get back into this ball game. It's just a 3rd and very long now for UNCP.
3rd and 13, Braves have it at their own 32-yard line, trailing 48-23. 2 receivers near side, 2 far side. Jones in the shotgun with running back to his left. And the defense shows blitz, and it looks like Ruben Willis jumped.
False start on the offense. Number 78, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
So Ruben Willis, the 6'3", 280 sophomore, making his 10th appearance as a Brave. Calls for the false start. Now it's 3rd down and forever. 18 yards required for the Braves. Again, blitz is shown by Wingate. They only bring 4, but Jones still does not have much time. Steps up, scrambles out to his right, flag is thrown as Jones unleashes downfield, and Sean Brown makes the catch at the 40 of Wingate. But this one could be come back.
That was a good effort by Josh Jones, able to get out of the pocket, motion to his receiver to go downfield. Throws the ball long downfield. It's caught, but potential holding penalty here will bring the Braves back.
Holding. Offense. Number 70. 10-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Josh King calls for the hold, another sophomore. That's a common theme for this UNCP team. They're young, and especially in this offensive line. 4 of the 5 starters today, either freshmen or sophomores. And this has been an offensive line that has been pieced together throughout the season. Some injuries, some different players getting opportunities. Only one offensive lineman has started every game at the same position. That's Johnny Varga. Jones over the middle. Sean Brown with one hand makes the catch and is absolutely hammered in the helmet as he was coming down, and 3 flags come flying in. That will undoubtedly be targeting. We'll explain the targeting rules in a second if that is what's called. 4 penalty markers down to the 32. And Sean Brown, thankfully, seems to be okay. That was scary.
And that's a big play for Wingate, because if this is called targeting, that would be the rest of the game and the first half of next week. He will be ejected.
The targeting rules in Division II football the same as Division I, but the only difference is that they review it after the game.
Personal foul. Targeted. Number 1 on the defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic 1st down. Number 1 is disqualified for the remainder of the ball game.
So Cam Johnson, the 5'8", redshirt senior, one of the leaders of this defense, called for targeting and is disqualified from this game. And like you mentioned, Brandon, the first half of next week's game, which comes against a struggling UVA Wise team on home cup. Now, the procedure in D2 football is that the officials, after the game, will rewatch the play and then determine if targeting is either confirmed or is overturned. Stands is no longer a thing with targeting, and that will determine whether Cam Johnson is out next game for the first half or not.
From our angle up here, it looked like it was a good targeting call.
Yep. Cam Johnson making his way off the field. So 15 yards brings the Braves up to the 32. First and 10, trailing by 25, 12:07 to go. Blitz comes, they bring 7. Jones rolls out to his left, and he throws it to the near sideline, intended for Quay 3, incomplete.
That call was also huge because that gave UNCP a first down. Another opportunity to try and get back into this ball game. However, just 12 minutes to go left in this ball game. You need 4 scores. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, they just showed the replay here of that targeting call, and Brown was undoubtedly a defenseless receiver there. That's one of the criteria they look at for targeting. 5 players come to the pressure. Jones goes far sideline, intended for Sean Brown. And it's over his head to Washington. The DB in coverage for the Bulldogs, 3rd and 10. It's been one of those rules that has certainly been a little bit controversial in college, and it can really change games and seasons because if it happens in the second half, like we just talked about, it's the rest of the game and the first half of the next game. But on the flip side, players' safety is paramount in all of this. So that's, I mean, that justifies it for sure in my sense. Third and 10, UNCP has it at their own 32. 3 receivers far side, 1 near side. Jones steps up in the pocket, fires to the far side of the field. And is juggled by Quay 3, jarred loose by Mario Johnson, 4th and 10.
You talked about the targeting rule. It's been a little bit controversial because a lot of the players have looked at this call and said, there's nowhere, it happens so fast that the defensive player just doesn't know what to do, and they get called, and it's a huge ejection.
Right?
But at the same time, player safety is the #1 priority for the NCAA.
As he parks another punt. Another good one. Simmons blatantly calling for a fair catch, really emphasizing the hand wave as he hauls it in at the 22-yard line. And as he parks, able to switch fields pretty well. But yeah, it's certainly been controversial, and I feel this way, or a lot of people feel this way. It's something that might take a while to correct because these players taught from a young age how to tackle a certain way. And it's going to have to start at those youth football levels to teach people to tackle a certain way and not lead with your helmet. So it might be some time until we really see those targeting calls go down a little bit because tackles are a little bit safer. Handoff up the middle goes to Peebles, who plows forward to the 27-yard line, gain 4. No Arnett in the game at running back for the Bulldogs, lead by 25, 11:17 to go. This is the first of 4 road games for UNCP over the next few weeks, and it won't be an easy stretch. The Braves on the road in general hasn't been easy for them. They've lost 11 straight road games, haven't won a game in a row since beating Elizabeth City State in November of 2017. And the handoff again goes up the middle. Tapering is there immediately. Good tackle by the big defensive tackle. And there's no gain in the run. 3rd and 6.
UNCP's defense still playing strong and physical despite the score of the game. We don't want any more points allowed by this Wingate offense. It's a respectable effort today by UNCP in the second half to try and get back into this ball game, but unfortunately, just some mistakes and penalties just did not go their way.
3rd and 6. This is Lee in the shotgun. It's 3 receivers to the far side. The Braves players pleading for a false start call. And look at a flag. We'll see what it is.
False start on the offense. Number 7. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Randy Flores, the backup right guard, calls on the false start. Second team in there offensively for the Bulldogs. Lead by 25 with 10:02 to go in the 4th. This is a game that started at 1:30. It was supposed to be a 6 p.m. kickoff, but due to inclement weather that is expected to continue throughout the afternoon and evening, it was pushed up to 1:30. Third and 11. Lee drops back, dumps off a screen intended for an overshot his man, and it's 4th down and 11.
No more than it. 4th down and 11.
Ethan Evans on to punt. For the Bulldogs, this is Devin Jones. Stands back at his own 44.
UNCP offense at this point is trying to make the score. Looked like a respectable effort. Trying to get a couple more touchdowns possibly.
Bulldogs number 13 in the country. Unblemished on the season, 6-0. Braves bring the house. Almost got to Evans. A high spiraling kick is caught by Jones. At zone 39, that's for the Braves offense. We'll get things going once again. Curious to see, down by 25, how much longer Josh Jones stays in there. We saw in the lopsided defeat at Carson Newman, Rodney Smith made his collegiate debut. But especially just the way that Jones has been getting hit today, you have to wonder if this game continues to go the way it is, if he stays in there for the rest of the matchup. 5 receivers set for Josh Jones. 3 far side, 2 near side, 1st and 10 from the Braves zone 39. Jones from the shotgun as the Bulldogs bring a stunt, and Horn got some pressure. Jones flings it out to the right side, and it's popped in and out of the hands of Tamzir Sek, who has hit the ball at his fingertips.
Another hard hit by the Wingate defense. You mentioned Josh Jones getting hit a lot today. Almost the entire UNCP offense has taken some brutal hits today. You mentioned how much longer is Josh Jones going to stay in that game. You don't want your young sophomore quarterback to get an injury, possibly be out for the season.
So much potential in Jones, and he's shown tremendous growth, even just from the start of this season to now, and especially from last year to now. They bring 6, and it's thrown out to the near side. Trey Dixon had nobody within 5 yards of him, and could not hang on to it. Would have probably given the Braves about 7 or 8 yards, and it's instead of 3rd and 10.
And this ball was directly into the breadbasket of Trey Dixon. Trey Dixon just bobbling the ball. The weather, you have to think, probably the factor towards that drop.
McKinley Nelson back on the field for UNCP. Was taken off earlier with an injury. He's had a couple of big runs today, but he's back out there. Good to see for the Braves. Jones in the gun, 2 receivers each side of the set, with Nelson to his left. Has time, now is pressured from behind. Jones is dragged down. DJ Horn, the first one to get there. And this is a relentless pass rush by Wingate.
And you probably think Shane Richardson's heart probably dropped on that one, because that was a sack by the Wingate defense and was taken down very slowly. Could have had a big hit to Josh Jones and possibly hurting him, as Wingate's still bringing that pressure today.
Parks absolutely rocks this punt, and Simmons calls another fair catch with John Jones all up in his grill. He didn't want deja vu right there. We saw Jones absolutely destroy Simmons, but he didn't call a fair catch. And this time, the star receiver and return man for the Bulldogs wisely waved that right arm. And the Bulldogs will get the football back up 25 with 8:33 to go. Braves defense, a couple of late changes. It's Dark Wesley in the shotgun. Hand off up the middle, now bouncing to the left side. Luke Brooks, the tackle in the backfield. Floyd Llewellyn, his first carry of the day, goes for a loss of a handful. And it's 2nd down and 12.
Loss of 2 on the play, 2nd down and 12.
Wingate, they're fine, letting this whole play clock run down. Not much urgency shown, not much need to be shown from the Bulldogs, up by 25 with 7:50 to go here in the fourth. Pistol formation for Lee, receiver on each side of the set, tight ends as well. Turns it hands to Llewellyn up the gut. And he's spun around. Higgins, the first to get there for the Braves, and has a few teammates swarm as well.
It was a great decision to move back the start of this game to 1:30 today. This game got played mainly dry towards the beginning of the fourth quarter. We saw some rain start to come in, pour down now, but good decision. Moving the game time from 6 o'clock to 1 o'clock.
It's a 3rd and 11 for Wingate. Up by 25, 7 minutes to go. Clock is ticking. Four receiver formation as Darquez Lee drops back. He's pressured, steps up to his right, looks downfield, throws downfield to Mobley. And the 6'4" wideout could bring it in. Great coverage by Michael Clark. Able to knock it out. The Braves will get the football back.
It was a great throw by Darquez Lee. The receiver had his hands on it, knocked away by the DB, however. And that ball has gotten to be awfully wet as well as the rain continues to pour down here at Wingate.
Devin Jones stands in midfield. Ready as a kick return for a touchdown today. As Evans is backed up all the way to zone 2, which is where he'll kick this away. Braves bring the hit, they block the punt. Scooped up in the end zone for a UNCP touchdown. It's Eric Price who picks up the score. And it looked like Sam Vines in the block, and there was some pushing and shoving after the play in midfield as 2 flags come out. Devin Jones got into it with the long snapper, Jacob Rooker, at the 50. As he was downfield. Special teams for the Braves, certainly the bright spot. As we await this call. We'll see if we get a replay on what happened at midfield. I don't know, did you see what happened? I saw the end zone be scored, but I didn't see what happened at midfield.
Possibly just 2 players from each respective team getting into it. This could affect the decision whether an extra point or 2-point conversion here.
Touchdown stands. It's 48-29.
After the play, we have a dead ball, unsportsmanlike, on the defense, number 53. That penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. Untimed down.
So the penalty goes against Jacob Rooker. Let's see. They show the block punt on the replay here. Don't think they had a camera on the play at midfield. So Aaron Price the touchdown and the long punt for UNCP. As Braswell comes on for the extra point. And the Braves are missing 2 players on the field goal unit. They have 8 seconds to snap it. They send 1 player off, so now they're good to go. Kick is up and good for Braswell. And the Braves trail at 48-30. So, UNCP defensively giving up 48 points, not ideal, but the offense put together some points, including 2 special teams touchdowns. And if there's one thing to build upon moving forward, it's probably that, special teams.
You also have to think, UNCP had 3 points at halftime, so they scored 27 points here in the second half, and that is huge going forward. You want your points to come at the end of the game if you're going to have a loss on the road against the number 13 ranked team in the country for Division II. You want your points to come here in the second half, give you some momentum going into the next game. You're on a 4-game road stretch for the next few weeks. You need to have a little bit of momentum going forward at least.
They play some tough teams. Tuscaloosa, Newberry, Little Rhine. Little Rhine, one of the best teams in the country, probably the best team in this region. One of the best teams in this region, for sure. And that matchup for Wingate looming just 2 weeks away. Battle of the two top teams in the South Atlantic Conference. We'll duke it out. That's in Hickory, at Little Rhine. So tack on 15 yards for this kickoff, and Hunter Braswell will have it at the 50. 18-point deficit for the Braves. 6:48 to go here in the fourth. John Gross alongside Brandon Hodge. A big thank you to all of you who are still joining us here on UNCP Sports Network. Braves battling to the final whistle. Braswell has a tee up dead center of the field between the hash marks. One man deep, and it's a squib kick to the up back Mobley, who's there to field it. And unfortunately for the Braves, it took a bounce directly to Mobley. If that was anywhere offline to Mobley, UNCP had guys down there to potentially recover it, but it'll be Wingate football just under 7 to go.
And that's exactly what I was thinking. I said, you have the ball here at midfield for the kickoff. A squib kick would not hurt you, really, as you do have the ball in your midfield on kickoff, and it was a good decision.
First and 10 at the 27 for the Wingate Bulldogs. They're outside of the field. Flint goes in motion to the right side of the line. It's leading the shotgun, hands it off to McNeil up the middle. Breaks one tackle over Mari Bryce Green and is tripped up. 32-yard line, gain of 5.
And 6 yards on the play, second down and 4.
Mark it at the 33. It's a pickup of 6 to the running back. Both teams still all 3 timeouts remaining. Quest leading the shotgun is 2 receivers near side. R.J. Mobley isolated on the far side. Dominic McNeil to his left. And split motion to the left side of formation. 2nd and 4. Another handoff up the middle. McNeil makes a couple players miss. Falls forward to the 47, to the 37. That's the line to gain. And he's there for first down.
UNCP's defense still showing a good effort out there. For the remaining few minutes of this one, they don't want to allow Wingate to get into the 50s here on offense.
Dominic Davis had his hands in that tackle. By the way, I think we have to talk a little bit about Dominic Davis. I haven't brought him up too much on the broadcast, but this is a guy who has a very real chance to become the first UNCP player drafted into the NFL. Has had over a dozen NFL scouts come check him out at practice as they go to the left side of the line to Peoples and Devin Higgins, who's having himself a really good day today, makes the tackle on the line of scrimmage. But Davis, a guy, Scotland High School, where you went, and certainly somebody from the area who
UNCP, that's their first charge timeout of the half.
Who has not only brought pride to the region, but is bringing pride to UNC Pembroke.
That is right. As you mentioned before the game today, we talked about this, and you said the lack of linemen the size of Dominique Davis in this year's draft. A lot of NFL teams have come over to UNCP and have looked at him and have been impressed with what they saw, and that gives him a real chance of being the first ever Brave drafted into the NFL.
Davis, 6'3", 315 pounds, a redshirt senior. He's coming off of his most productive game of the season, and his production has gradually upticked as the season has progressed. Had 4 tackles a couple weeks ago, 8 tackles and a sack last week against Mars Hill. And okay, may say his production numbers, 19 tackles in the season, not where you want to be an NFL draft pick, for an NFL draft pick, but the space that he occupies, and he allows his teammates to make plays, and offensive lines have to game plan for him. There's a lot more than just the numbers that go into it.
Yeah, he leads the team in sacks, with 2 sacks on the season as well. And a lot of NFL teams just see the upside in Dominique Davis.
Davis, 2 tackles so far today as they give it to Peoples. And Nigeria Peoples into a bit of a scrum. So pushing and shoving out for the whistles to the 46. That'll make it 3rd down and short. About 2 yards required on this 3rd down. Peoples checks out. It's McNeil in the backfields. Under 5 minutes remaining after the Braves use their first timeout of the second half. They trail it by 18, 48-30 in the final frame. McNeil lines up to the left side of Lee in the shotgun. 3 receivers near side, and tight end to the left side of the formation. Higgins inches towards the line defensively. Here he comes towards the quarterback, hits him as the ball comes out downfield and incomplete. Over the head of the tight end Mason Flint. Evan Higgins came with the play side pressure. And is able to cause some disruption, enough disruption to result in a 4th down.
And if I'm Shane Richardson today, I know you had a bad first half. Only 3 points on offense. Go into halftime, try to make the halftime adjustments. It works out, but just not enough time to get back into this ball game. I'm looking at the second half, and I'm looking at the positives going into the next game. I'm looking at the 27 points scored, the O-line improving in the second half. I think there are some positives in the second half, and I think Shane Richardson can look on that going into the next game next week.
UNCP outscoring Wingate 27-20 so far in the second half. They have a chance to up that total. They trail it by 18, 4:21 to go. They have 2 timeouts remaining in football in their possession. Their own 27. Braves will line up 3 receivers to the near side. Josh Sheridan stacked just to the right of Josh Jones in the shotgun. 1 receiver isolated far side is Tyshawn Carter. 1st and 10, attacking right to left. Jones flips it forward to Sheridan, shakes off 1 tackle. Makes his way to the 29, pickup of 2 on a little shovel pass. Braves going as up-tempo as you can get. Get to the line quickly, and you can get the snap off. 4 minutes remaining in this one. Braves got the play call from the sideline. Trips near side, 1 far side. Sheridan stays in the game at a halfback. Jones operates out of the shotgun, 2nd down and 8. Jones to throw, hooks up with Carter on the right sideline, who was body slammed to the 35-yard line. And a flag comes in after. Now, last night in the Syracuse Pitt game, there was that exact same play where a receiver was body slammed and a penalty was thrown for unnecessary roughness. We'll see what the call is here, as Tyshawn Carter was absolutely heaved into the turf.
And this call should be unnecessary roughness. There's no reason for that to be allowed in this game, especially with time dwindling down. Just take the hit. Don't try anything extra. Don't try to hurt another player, especially for the opposing team. I don't agree with it.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the defense. Number 8. It'll be 15 yards from the end of the run. 1st down.
Juan Pagan Gonzalez calls on the unnecessary roughness. Yeah, he had him pushed out of bounds pretty much, and then just absolutely lifts him and throws him down. This isn't the WWE.
Yeah, there's nothing that says that is allowed in this game. That is uncalled for.
From midfield, Jones goes to the far sideline, again finds Carter, who was again brought down at the 42 of Wingate. And the Braves offense in business here. Just over 3 minutes to go. They trail it by 18.
I really just can't understand, with the game dwindling down and just minutes away from being over, why something would be allowed like that. You know, why would a DB just try and throw a receiver to the ground? You already have him. Just take him to the ground. Don't try and pick him up and hurt him. I mean, that could really hurt, you know, that could be a season-ending, career-ending injury possibly with a bad landing.
Second down, throw a screen pass incomplete to Marcus McDonald. Third down and 2. Braves come out with 5 receivers. Jones from the far hash mark at the 42-yard line of Wingate. Going right to left, 3 near side, 2 far side. Weak side blitz comes. Jones steps up, throws downfield, tiptoeing on the far sideline, making the catch is Trey Dixon. Great hands and footwork up to the 23 of Wingate. That's a gain of 19 yards and third down. The Braves continue to churn out yardage here in the fourth.
UNCP not giving up in this game. They want to make this score look respectable. 48-37, a lot better than 48-30.
4-receiver formation. Sharon to the right of Jones. Again to throw. Quick out to the right sideline. Finds Tyshawn Carter inside the red zone. To the 16 and a gain of 6. Second and 4. Clock will stop for a second until they spot the football as he got it out. Now the clock's rolling. Just about 2.5 to go. UNCP down by 18. Shotgun formation for Jones. He looks. Flushed out to his right. Stiff arms one defender. Lifted up to the end zone and reaching up, making the catch. Was he in? No, and they're going to say it's an interception and a touchback. Matthew Ellis-White and Tyshawn Carter both have the football in their possession. And the Braves say that should be a touchdown. There's no instant replay review here. D2 football. Braves offense, though, staying in the fields, as is the Wingate defense.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense, number 95. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Well, that's big. Means the Braves' perfect mark in the red zone can stay afloat. I don't know. That's, I guess Ellis-White does come away with it at the end of it. Just showing the replay here in the Jumbotron. Nonetheless, the first and goal, the 8-yard line of Wingate. Sheridan to the right of Jones. Dion on the left side of the formation. 2 tight ends in there, actually. As Jones runs out of time, throws it to the far sideline, and McDonald extends his right foot into the ground and makes the catch. That's a short pickup and first down to the 7.
And you had to be here to see that interception. It was an incredible interception. However, it's all negated by the roughing the passer call. And UNCP trying to score one more before the game ending.
I'm sure if there's one thing that Joe Rank wants to clean up for his Bulldogs side, it'll be penalties. Second and goal to the 7. Jones drops back, rolls out to his right. Has a couple of options for Sean Brown, one-handed, and he did not get a foot down. Wow. That was close, my friend. That was close.
This was an unbelievable catch. However, the refs say his foot was out of bounds. This is a one-handed grab.
They're showing the replay here in the stadium. And yeah, Brown's foot did appear to be just out of bounds, but a great catch. And we talked about him before, only a freshman. He's going to be a star down the road at UNCP.
That would have been easily a Sports Center top 10 play, easily.
Third and goal to 7. And whistles come in, and it'll be a delay of game as they call on UNCP. At least it appears to be.
Hey ball, delay on the offense. Number 12, 5-yard penalty, still third down.
Third and goal to 12. Again, the Braves have scored on every single red zone trip this season. That in jeopardy, they're the only team in all Division II football to have scored either a touchdown or a field goal when inside the opponent's 20. McKinley Nelson checks into the ballgame. The Braves go with 3 receivers to the left side of the formation. McDonald turns over the right slot. 2 on each side. Third and goal to 12. Minute 52 to go. Poor snap to Jones. Fires over the middle. And McDonald holds it in for a touchdown. 12-yard strike from Josh Jones to Marcus McDonald. A great throw and an even better catch in traffic and the Braves are within 2 scores.
And a great job by McDonald to seal that ball even after taking the hard hit by the Wingate defender. And that'll make this game 48-36 with the extra point incoming.
And the Braves, they should probably go for 2 here. 2-point conversion would make it a 10-point ball game, although if they do kick the extra point, it's a touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal. Some late substitutions, 2 seconds for the Braves to snap it, and they're going to, let's see, either call a timeout or take the delay game.
Timeout, UNCP. That's their second charge timeout of the half.
I don't know. I think in that situation, you could probably just kick the extra point. It's still a touchdown and a field goal game. And now the Braves down to just 1 timeout, but still, you need to get an onside kick at some point, so that point doesn't even matter. But the Braves backed up to the 8-yard, not backed up to the 8-yard line after they take a timeout, they'll limit it to 3. But just the resiliency that we've seen from UNCP in the second half. It wasn't the prettiest first half for sure, down by 25, but they battled and they made this ball game.
Yeah, they were down 28-3 at halftime, and they have managed to outscore Wingate in the second half. They're trying to make this a ball game here, and it looks like they will go for 2 here.
Braves will spot it on the near hash mark, attacking the end zone to our left. McDonald's far side, right slot is Sean Brown. 2 receivers near side and 3. And Carter. 3 motions to the right side. Side roll out to the right for Jones. Wide open back in the end zone is Sean Brown. A perfectly executed 2-point conversion makes this a 10-point ball game, a minute 46 to go. And it's onside kick time for Hunter Braswell.
Well, we've said it all in the second half. You can see anything in college football. We've seen UNCP come back into this ball game, and it's still a 2-score game nonetheless. With a minute 46 left, an onside kick is for sure going to be the call here by Shane Richardson. But even if they don't get this onside kick recovery, this is a great effort in the second half by UNCP. They made this a respectable score, 48-38, if that is the final.
And Braves outscoring Wingate in the second half, 35-20. Always fun to play the what-if game, but who knows if UNCP just gets one more stop in the first half or throughout this game. This is a 1-possession game right now with still almost 2 minutes left in the clock. So now Hunter Braswell will attempt an onside kick. Braves line up 5 players on the far side, 5 on the near side, and now Sean Hill motions side to the near side. The lefty Braswell from the far hash mark kicking right to left. Braves down by 2 scores. They need this. Goes high to the near side, and it is caught by a Wingate player. That should do it here. Trevor Grant hauled and he called a fair catch. Right around midfield, and Wingate get right on the clock.
It was a great effort in the second half, just a little bit short for the Braves today. 48-38 should be the final here at Wingate.
Bulldogs will put 7 on the line. 2 tight ends to the right side. Receiver near side. Actually, they'll put 8 on the line. Have a fullback in as well. Hand off out the middle. McNeil rushes across the 45 to the 44 as Shane Richardson earns his final time out of the ballgame. Burks on the stop for UNCP.
And for the Braves, like we said earlier,
UNCP, that's their 3rd final timeout of the half.
they do have a good bit of positives here in the second half. You come from the first half, You look at the second half, you're going to look at the film after this game, and you're going to think, man, if we could have played like that the entire ball game, what could have been?
Especially on offense. The offensive line started to gel, receivers making plays, run game was going. It's, again, you love to play the what-if game, but the second half has looked like a completely different UNC Pembroke side.
And you said the offense as well as the defense. If the defense didn't allow so many big plays in that first half, UNCP could have had a much better chance of pulling off the upset on the road and getting their 4-game road streak going here to a good start.
2nd and 5 for the Braves, 44. Darklegs lead the pistol with McNeil behind him. First down will absolutely end it. But McNeil worked around their left side of the line, stiff arms out of a tackle. And is brought down, still shy of the marker. 2 yards shy, Devin Jones to the tackle.
3rd down and 2.
Braves next week head out to Greenville, Tennessee, taking on Tusculum. That's a very up and down Pioneer squad. They'll face Newberry on November 2nd, and then head for their biggest test of the season against Little Rhine the week after that, before returning home to wrap up the regular season. A minute to go, Braves down by 10, 48-38 as the score. Peoples to the right side of the line, a couple stiff arms, as he drags Sean Hill over towards the near sideline, but able to stay in bounds. That'll end this ball game. Wingate moving to 7-0 in the season. Under a minute to go in the ball game. There is the out-of-conference matchup, so 4-0 in the stack. You know, I think whenever you see an undefeated team, there's the question of, okay, have they played anyone? No, you want to see them in person before you make the judgment. What have you seen from Wingate as Lee's lines up under center to take a knee?
Well, Wingate today, in the first half, they played defensively very strong, and offensively they had a ton of big plays. If UNCP could have just capitalized and closed some of those holes in that first half, covered a little bit better, avoided the big play. That's really been the one factor going into UNCP's losses this season, the big play. I think Wingate today, they successfully had a lot of big plays. And the defense today from Wingate, undoubtedly very good, stopping UNCP in that first half. In the second half, however, UNCP did allow, Wingate allowed UNCP to get 5 touchdowns, which I'm sure they want to take that back, but undoubtedly so. Wingate today, they did get the win, and once again, the win just inside 10 points. So that makes 5 of their wins on the season out of 7, within 10 this season.
You mentioned the big plays for Wingate. 56-yard touchdown in the first quarter. Go to the second quarter, 38 yards, another 21 yards. And then in the second half, a 30-yard rushing touchdown for Wingate. And then 22 yards in the fourth quarter. And those big plays, again, haunting UNCP. We've seen them really all their losses. Whether it was Limestone or Virginia State earlier in the year, Carson Newman, but today, just those big plays. So for UNCP, as they keep this road trip going, they take on Tusculum next week. Would you say that's the biggest key, or are there some other things that you think the Braves really need to improve upon until next Saturday?
Well, I think the O-line, they definitely need to improve. They've been just really bad this season, to say the least. And in the second half, they looked really good. I think the O-line needs to improve itself. And the defense, the secondary, has also got to improve for UNCP going into next week on the road in Tennessee.
Braves fall to 3-4 Wingate, 7-0. Big thank you to all of you for joining us here at the UNCP Sports Network. We'll have next Saturday's broadcast live. Yeah, UNCP Sports Network, for my broadcast partner Brandon Hodge, I'm John Gross, signing off from Irwin Belk Stadium in Wingate, North Carolina. Final score, Wingate Bulldogs 48, your UNC Pembroke Braves 38. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next week.